supposed to encounter that man. I mean, I guess it's fair that it did work in an unintentional way.
It did, yeah. Well, no, to be honest, I didn't plan, like, I didn't change the story. It just, I did not expect that, obviously. But I didn't modify anything because of it. And I just let it roll to see where it was going to go. And it turned out good, but it was kind of hilarious nonetheless. But I know. So,
I gotta admit,
yes.
I
And
felt a little nostalgic when we walked up to Krezk, and I was like, "We're a traveling band," and like going back to my musical talents, just being wacky. I miss
I
those
know it's been a
days.
while since you've brought you taken out either the drums or what was the
Yeah.
viol not the
We
violin,
sold the
the flute.
drums.
Uh-huh.
It's true, you did sell it.
Literally
Yeah,
the fucking
Didn't you have a
party
flute?
PvP night.
I have a flute. I have a violin.
yeah. You played the flute. I remember playing the flute in the tavern in Barovia. Or was it the violin?
I
Did you
probably
ever play the
played the
violin?
violin,
I think it was the
Okay.
violin.
or I have a
Yeah.
mandolin.
Mm-hmm. You have a mandolin too. You got all four. Oh my
Maybe.
god. Well, you had all four until you sold drums. Okay, I know that's a salty. I know that's a salty. It's a salty passage in your life, but
She's so
oh,
proud of it.
let's.
I
I
am.
know.
I told you I was gonna do it.
Is Dana here, by any chance?
Hi.
Is she in?
I thought
Hello.
so.
Hi.
Dana's the first one in this VC. They just been quiet.
Konbawa.
はい、こんにちは。
Genki desu ka?
はい。
Iidazo. All right, let's get started. All right, so in roll 20.
PSN being down for like 24 hours was fun.
Yeah, that's weird.
Was supposed to raid last night, and then suddenly, oh, PSN's down. Fun. Guess we're
Yeah.
not raiding.
Let's see here. Need my. Ah, shoot.
My brain most of the day was I just want to play more rivals. Want to play more rivals, and I
Okay.
lost two games in a row. I lost
We
two
need to
games in
play
a row and said,
together.
"Fuck this! I'm not playing rivals today anymore."
But you
We
guys
need to
seem to
group
really
up
be
again.
enjoying that game.
It's fun. It's
Yeah,
addicting.
it looks fun.
Gets a
Rivals
lot
is
of
fun.
pin
Yeah.
out energy out of me. Like I can rage at something that isn't serious.
Yes. So
Yeah.
mad.
Sometimes
So
people are so
mad.
bad. Sometimes I'm like, oh damn. Like, and then sometimes I'm like, what are you fucking doing? This is high level play, man. How did you get here?
I'm still in gold, but I'm just watching some of these people like, what in the fuck are we doing?
I'm slaughtering with Mr. Fantastic. Okay, let's not get off track again. Let's
So good. So good. So good. All right. Does everybody hear the audio? We should be starting now. Slowly.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Very subtle. Okay. So got my notes out. Got this out. Did I leave you guys? Oh no, you're on the landing page. Okay. Okay. So we'll stay there for now. All right. Ready to go. So, we are at chapter 15, session 104, year 752 of the Barovian calendar, 21st day of the 10th moon, 21st day. Yay. It's almost gonna be a month soon. Oh my god. A month in Barovia. All right. It is currently early morning. I'd say anywhere between 8 and 9 a.m. I would say. You guys had a pretty rough day, so you probably slept in a bit. You guys are in the west of Barovia, near the western wall of mist, just at the edge of the limits of Strahd's domain. You guys are currently in the village of Krezk. I'll start you guys inside the burgomaster's home, where you spend the night. And yeah, quick recap from the last session. The Svalich woods did not surrender the party easily. The battle raged on as dire wolves prowled from the mist, their breath curling in the cold air, while skeletal hands clawed free from the dirt of the road. Ghouls and ghasts rose from the earth, their hollow eyes burning with hunger. These creatures, seldom seen together, now moved as one, bound by the unseen will of the land's eternal darkness. The air reeked of decay and death, yet even as the horrors pressed in, they were met with steel and spell, radiant light cutting through the gloom. Though the creatures of the night fought viciously, they could not stand against the party's might. The tide turned, but even as they prepared to move on, the woods had one final cruelty in store. Giant spiders descended from twisted canopy, silken strands ensnaring Ostor in a suffocating grip. Only through his own cunning and the swift intervention of his imp, Quincy, did he break free. With no desire to test the woods further, the party pressed forward, leaving the creeping things of the forest behind. Hours later, the road delivered them to their destination, Krezk. Unlike Barovia and Valaki, this settlement felt different. Stalwart stone walls, dusted in fresh snow, stood firm against the night's terrors. Beyond them, simple cottages nestled among trees, and the scent of cold mountain air carried a strange freshness unfamiliar to the rest of Barovia. Yet the town was not untouched by the realm's sorrows. Looming above, the Abbey of St. Markovia clung to the mountainside, its solemn bell tolling in the distance, a sound neither welcoming nor wholly forbidding. At the gate, the party surprisingly found no resistance entering. The burgomaster, Dmitry Kreskov, had been expecting the party. Once inside, they beheld a village that, unlike others, seemed self-sufficient. Cattle, gardens, a wellspring of water, an abundance of trees. The people here needed little from the outside world. Nothing, save for one obvious thing: wine. In the burgomaster's modest home, the truth of their welcome was revealed. Dmitri spoke of visions, dreams of a purple-skinned tiefling bathed in holy light, a figure destined to save his son. His boy lost to the werewolves had been returned to life by the enigmatic abbot who resided in the abbey above. But life had not come without cost. The son he reclaimed was a mere shadow of who he had been, his mind frayed, his hunger insatiable. Desperate for hope, Dmitri looked to Astor. Calling upon a fragment of his celestial power, the warlock wove a spell of restoration over the boy. The change was slight, the hunger momentarily stilled, but for the first time in weeks, the Kreskov household knew a fleeting moment of peace. In gratitude, Dmitry Kreskov promised the party an audience with the abbot come morning. And now, as dawn creeps over the snow-dusted village of Krezk, the party stirs from their long-needed rest. The abbey awaits, and with it, the answers and mysteries that lie within. All right. Questions? Any questions from last game? I know Dana wasn't there, so if you have any questions, Dana, shoot. Or anybody else for that matter.
I think I'm good for
Remind me,
now.
does long rest remove all levels of exhaustion?
It does.
Okay. Just checking.
Just though for wounds, you still. Oh no! On my back. For wounds, even for wounds, you're fine. Sorry.
Okay.
Um, yeah, you guys all had a long rest, so everybody should have all their resources back and half their hit dice. And you could have used any of those hit dice to heal during your long rest. So if you still have some of those to roll, now would be the time. Nobody's
Oh,
got
I
no
wanted
questions.
to
Oh,
use the last bit of my healing light for the night. Use it up before our long rest. Is that okay?
of course. Yes. 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 You may do that.
And in regards to that letter, I wanted to send Venric out as we went to bed. So he's just flying in
Okay,
the
so you would.
night.
I see. Well, it's
Or
night all the time, but yeah, I get what you mean. 4. Okay. There's one healing like you had left.
what was
Who's
that?
screaming? Oh.
Same
No.
brain cell.
I can't believe I rolled 4d4 and or 3d4 and I got
Jesus, you rolled
3.
2 ones. Oh
I
God.
know.
Yeah, 2 and 1 man. That sucked. Oh, the screams. The screams. You will figure out what the screams are eventually.
That's
The
ominous.
heels hate me, father.
Jesus Christ. Well, your rolls are going to get better with time, my Steve, because holy crap. Let's get all those bad rolls out of the way.
I hope.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna have to do a healing light at first thing in the morning.
Oh.
Oh wait, I did have a spell slot still open, so I'm gonna do a healing word on myself before I go to bed.
A cure,
Cure
healing
cure
word or
wounds,
cure
yeah.
wounds? Okay,
Cure
how's that?
wounds.
You said
Well, Paul,
3
when does the
powder
temporary
resets.
negative hit points go away from Strahd?
During at the long rest, so you're fine. Your normal hit points
Sweet.
are restored after a long rest. Yes.
Good thing I asked.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so that's
Also,
26. Hell yeah.
even Sparrow has a good night's sleep tonight.
Yes.
So it's been
No
2 nights.
nightmares.
It's been 2 nights. No,
Mm-hmm.
3 nights in a row, I believe, where he had
Ooh.
no nightmares, no issues.
Congrats, bird.
Thanks.
I just
Much
I just want to point
appreciated.
out that my cure
Oh,
wounds got me to max health on the dot.
Nice.
nice.
Perfect. Nice. That's the one time what Cure Wounds provides is outside of combat. It's a good spell outside of combat.
I feel like I've been more frugal with my spell slots lately.
Yeah. Apologies for having you, putting you in a situation where you had to use it in roleplay, but it did give you guys an audience with the abbot. I mean, there are other ways of getting to the abbot, I would suppose, but this is definitely a more easy way of doing so.
Just gotta be civil people.
Yeah, exactly. I know you guys are probably just finishing up with the healing and all that stuff. You guys have 0 questions? Nobody's got any questions
Mm-mm.
at all?
Got loads of questions. Why am I a
Oh, you do?
hero?
Oh, well, you don't have to be a hero. Let's just put it this way: a situation or opportunity has presented itself. It's up to you to rise or not to the occasion. You don't have to. Nothing forced you to heal the burgomaster's son. And although he's not completely healed, right? He's just temporarily. His symptoms have been temporarily abated, but it has definitely made the burgomaster happy. I'll just, if you guys don't have any questions, I will though point you to your handouts. Oh, Dana added some stuff to the handouts. But most in the location handouts, that is.
Yeah.
But more importantly, and I did add a picture last game of the Krezkovs, what they look like, the burgomaster and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think about it, I don't have a picture of his rabbit son, but I don't think it's necessary. But I want to point you back to your Taroko reading handouts, and particularly, I think it's the Mist, and yeah, the Taroko card number 4, the Mists,
The
and
Mouth of Astana.
Mhm.
Yes, and then there was and then the monk, of course. So number 1 and number 4. Just,
Yeah.
just read those real quick and keep them in mind. Krezk is a big location for you guys, particularly. Okay. All right, so today's gonna be much more roleplay heavy. So I hope you got some wine, Andy. It's or sake for those on the east side of the world. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be a bit more roleplay and probably some skills, less combat. So without further ado, let's get started. You are all up and about in the morning.
Said they have
The
wine, right?
They do have a bit of wine, not much. Like most people in Barovia, there's definitely a lack of wine, very limited supplies. That's definitely not what you guys are served in the morning. In the morning, you are woken up by the smell of eggs, fresh cooked eggs,
Mm.
uh, actual beef steak. Beef.
Oh.
And wait,
I
there's better. There's better.
didn't even know they
Yogurt
had
and
cows.
they do. They have their own cattle, but they also brought you
Damn.
guys yogurt and milk.
Oh
Milk.
my god.
You guys have not had milk in the area yet. So you guys had butter at Strahd's at Castle Ravenloft, but milk? Oh man, what is this? Yep,
Damn.
this village
We
has its
eating
own
good
cattle.
today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
And you guys are served by what's her name? I think it's Anna Costco. Named NPC on this. She, oh, yeah, Anna Kreskov, yeah. So this fine lady here, the Baroness of Krezk,
Hmm.
and the Kreskovs are very modest nobles, if you will. They don't have servants. They have a soldier, one soldier, that is stationed in front of their house, and that is it. But otherwise, they're very modest. And they Anna's prepared this meal for you all with a lot of enthusiasm. There's definitely a perkiness, a light in her eyes this morning. She seems very happy. A stark contrast to the gloom in her face that she bore last night when you've met for the first time. And so she all asks if you slept well and that please eat to your heart's content. Or your heart's desire. Sorry, probably got it right. So
This is making me hungry, IRL.
I know,
sorry.
right? Eggs? We can't afford to buy eggs in this economy.
Sorry, you can't come to Canada to buy it. I'm gonna slap 25% tariffs on them. So sorry. So sorry. All right. So yeah. Anna Kresk, Anna just then says to you all, Baron wished to just to speak with you when you were ready. There's no rush. By all means, today we are at your service, and whenever you are ready to head to the abbey, my husband will accompany you.
Okay, sounds good. Why does he need to? Why does he want to come with us?
Well, he was going to bring you to the abbey and provide you an
Introduce
audience.
us too.
Yes,
Hmm.
should you order to the burgomaster's cottage. So you guys are eating your fill from all the eggs and steak. Just eggs and steak.
Mm. That
In
sounds
Yum, yum.
Texas,
good.
it's very, very hearty,
I
very
know.
hearty breakfast.
Yeah.
What a brilliant invention! Steak with eggs. Holy moly! So, I mean, Etzo's just eating all this up, right? Probably because the man needs protein, and now he's got it. So,
Mhm.
yeah, these guns need sustenance. Sakura's too, by the way. So there you
Oh,
go. Sakura as a
gimme,
dragon
gimme.
has she has the she has the genetics to be muscular, whereas poor Ezio, he's just a man, man. He needs to
Yeah.
eat.
He's just a little guy.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So that being said, you guys ate your fill. No wine, but some delicious milk.
Can I ask them to like put some wine in my milk?
In your milk. Oh,
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Just think of it like what is it? The Bailey's Irish coffee?
Not, no. No.
Irish cream, sorry.
No. Mm-mm. Nope. Wine is. Mm-mm. No. Nope.
well, here's what happens. Here's what happened. Why don't you roll me a persuasion check? But you have advantage because you guys have basically saved the Kreskovs. You brought back their son from madness, so albeit temporarily, but still.
Oh my
What
gosh,
is that?
that was an 18. What the heck?
The dice said no.
And I said
I
no.
said, what
Yeah.
the fuck are you asking for?
No,
You want what?
I actually said the DC. I actually did legit said the DC to 10. So okay, no, it's okay. So I'm not a complicated man, man. My DCs are 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Normally, I'm not that weird DM that's like, my DC's 17. What the fuck? Just make it, why not 18? What's wrong with 18? You got something and get 18, or what about 16?
I
You
do
know what I
it
mean?
by
For
how
me,
much I
it's
want them to succeed.
that's funny. All right, so yeah, yeah, you got it. So she, you can see her hesitating. Says, I really shouldn't. We're extremely low on wine, and unfortunately, we haven't had
Just a little.
any barrels coming from the winery.
She's
But I
like
mean,
shaking her head, just a little bit, and then winks.
well, she says, this is a time for celebration. You have basically returned my son to me, in one piece, and that is definitely worth a glass of wine. And so she leaves and comes back shortly thereafter, and she shows you. You can see her in her grasp hangs the sweet, delicious, beautiful bottle, the purple grape smash number 4. The red wine, the Broven red wine you've been accustomed to drinking for the past 20 odd days, and she serves you a glass. She doesn't put it into the milk. You got your extra glass of wine.
All right, I'm gonna squeeze her so tight. I'm like, and then lift her up a little bit, and then put her down.
She genuinely hugs you back, and she says, "No, the pleasure is all mine." And she almost drops to tears, and you can definitely see that you guys have really done something good here. Well, Ostor has, through his magic, really brought back
Now we
hope
just
to
need
these
to
people.
not disappoint them.
Exactly, make the best of it. Don't say anything, Ostor. All right. So that being said, you guys have eaten well, you've drank well, you guys are all ready to go. Is there anything you guys want to do or inside the
Inspiring
house?
leader.
Oh, I see. Okay. How do you inspire your party? Still.
What I do is I just talk in a very leader-esque tone. They're not listening to me anyway, but that's why I'm not putting much thought into what I say. I'm just saying words in a charismatic fashion, and I know that they're tuning me
Okay.
out.
Well, technically,
Am I tuning him out? Because I'm like in a good mood right now.
Well, technically, if the feet the way the feet works is you're inspiring people with your speech, so they kind of have to be listening
Ah, damn it.
to you. Yeah, you are inspiring them.
Then
with
Sakura
your,
doesn't get
you
the
give-
points.
I slam my fist on the table and I'm like, Oster, sing us a song.
Well, if you insist.
I haven't heard you sing
do I
in
have
quite
a-
a long time.
Do I have advantage since she's egging me on?
Sure. Why not?
Uh,
Give it the performance of a lifetime.
Well, technically, if she's egging you on, it's a help action. Wink, wink. So there you go. Which musical instrument are you playing? Violin, flute, or
Let's see what I have.
whatever?
I'll do violin so that way I can also sing.
Okay. You also sing? Okay.
Are there any instruments there?
Well, no.
Can I
Oh.
ask them if they have instruments?
I'm gonna pound on the table, give you a beat. That's a little horrific.
That's weird. I'm going by the title here. It says violin notes, and I'm like, ooh. You never know what you're gonna get. Ooh, creepy violin. This is Barovia. Let's listen to it. Wait for it. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm looking for. It's a little too intense.
I put on my top hat and my the eye patch I got from Durst Manor with the chameleon. Put that on for
Oh
no
my
reason.
god. Oh my god. Kudos for you to bringing back these memories. Oh my god. Okay, let's listen to this one.
Yeah.
There we go. That's peppy. Okay. All right. So how much did you roll in performance?
17.
Oh, there you go. Definitely. You got it. Okay, everybody's inspired. Everybody's
And what does
inspired.
that mean again?
10
We just
temporary
took
hit
the-
points.
Oh, okay.
I can already hear Ostor rapping instead of a ballad.
It's like Hamilton.
Yeah.
As you strung the notes
Here
of your
we are in
the strings of your
Barovia.
violin, you send a wave of inspiration to your party members. They are ready to confront any challenge that may come their way today.
Now
All
we're
right,
heading to
so-
Markovia.
I don't know about
You guys are just
any
gonna-
challenge.
You guys are just gonna meet a freaking abbot, man. Take it easy. Okay.
He could be an
you gonna-
evil abbot.
Could be Greg Abbott.
Ugh. Like you said, an evil abbot.
I mean, I could do the nasty Christian rapist joke and say all abbots are evil somehow, but we're not gonna go there. But anyways, my point is that I mean, yes, you do never know what you're going to expect in Barovia, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right, so
What
Yeah.
Could be a
if
giant
Strahd the
mantis.
abbot?
that's
Be a
good.
werewolf.
Could be a
Everyone's
giant
Strahd in
hot
disguise.
praying mantis.
Could be the
Mm.
swamp thing.
Could be a hotter version of the swamp thing.
What?
It could
Why
be
do you
Jenny
want
Green
to It could be a sexy swamp thing.
Are you guys talking
We watched
about
Nosferatu last week.
the frog fiend you guys fought in the
No,
By the way-
Steven's just being weird.
Yeah, I'm just
Oh.
saying, what if things were hot?
Yeah, what if it was this?
Oh.
He's just being weird. Don't pay him any attention, please.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So, okay, so you guys are ready to go outside?
To the Abbey.
Huzzah!
Okay. Just step outside. You are greeted by Burgomaster Dmitry Kreskov. So just for a reminder, I think I have got a picture of him. He looks like, where is he? Like this.
Oh yeah, Morgan
Yes,
Freeman.
he does look like Morgan Freeman. Oh wait, I think it's the Morgan Freeman voice and fucking voice. All right, one second. I'm not dreaming, right? There is that, eh? Dana? Morgan
Hold
Freeman?
on. Let me see.
Oh
Morgan
shit.
Freeman's in our D&D campaign.
There is
Oh, but wait,
the
I have the
narrator.
old.
I guess that's about maybe.
It's the it's the narrator, and they're giving Morgan Freeman's voice. You're right. That's what it's at.
Oh boy.
The
But you know
narrator.
what?
This is
How
the
does that
Curse
sound?
of Strahd.
How
Oh my
does
god.
that sound?
No, I'll stick to my voice, but yeah, it's there. Um, okay. By the way, yes, Morgan Freeman is outside waiting for you, and okay, all right, and he says, "Oh, I trust. Good morning. I trust you all have had a good night's rest."
Just in a long time.
There's a twinkle in
Oh,
my eyes.
fabulous. I must say, you do look quite perky this morning.
Mhm.
Hmm. Nice to sleep on an
The
actual
one
bed.
it was a bed made of straw, but you know what? You guys might not have slept on the most comfortable of mattresses, but the fact that you had peace of mind for a night is
Hmm.
what was welcome. Yes, and you guys, your stomachs are full, so that's also great,
Hmm.
and actually full of good food, right? None of the bland
Yeah.
shit you guys been eating at Barovia or Valaki. So yeah, like I think you guys have to eat another fucking wolf steak. I think you're gonna freaking hang yourselves. So it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. So yeah. So he says, well, it's again. He turns towards you also when he says this, and he says, "I just want to say how honored we are to have you. It's we rarely let adventurers or strangers, Barovian or otherwise, into our town, but I had a strong feeling you would bring good to this town, this modest town. And Ostor, I can't thank you enough again for your act of kindness, for uh, using your a sliver of your celestial powers to help my son. It means the world to us. It means the world to my wife. I haven't seen my wife this happy in quite some time, and that is a miracle in these lands. So again, thank you so much.
You have already repaid your thanks by letting us get a good night's sleep and filling our stomachs and helping us on our path to the Abbey.
Of course, it's the least I can do. I hope you have warm clothing on because the Krezk's weather could be a little chilly this time of year, and unfortunately, the walk to the Abbey is a little higher up and out of the open, so to speak. So, but if you will, but follow me, uh, I will bring you to your destination. So, as you guys walk through the village, you notice that the um, the stone cottages they huddle together beneath a sky that's although choked with thick gray clouds. You can feel the life and the buzzes of a busy town and of actually a people that is somewhat happy, which is a good change of pace. Actually, I'm just going to change the audio to reflect that. Village of Krezk, there we go.
There were so many
And
sad sacks in Valaki.
yes, it is. So it's a good change of pace and it's refreshing, right? Although, I mean, maybe it's just the cold air of Krezk that's refreshing, but everything about Krezk seems somewhat little refreshing, right? The cold wind like sings through the marrow, but it brings with it a wind of change, if you will, right? Um, you can smell the scent of damp wood and livestock, which definitely is new to you, since you've been here. And then that scent kind of mingles with the citrus of something that is um, also rare, the stinky scent of having too much poultry. But still, it's a sign that this town has what it needs to survive. And this is what this one word to describing this town. They're survivors. They found a way to survive. And it's almost too good to be true that they somehow behind its stone walled stone walls rather, the people of Krezk seem to somehow live in peace uh, in Strahd's land. So it's shocking. If only somehow you had entered Barovia from the west side of town of the country instead of the east side, maybe things would have been different. Who knows? Uh, and on a side note, there's a lot of people who actually run this game that make people start on the other end of the map and near Krezk instead of having people start where they normally start, which is near the village of Barovia. So it makes it a little less rough around the edges. People get to kind of ease into Barovia instead of having to start so rough with the village, Barovia. So, anyways, but I decided to follow the story more to the T. But it is an option if you guys ever want to run Curse of Strahd. There's a lot of people who have actually started the game at Krezk instead of at the village of Barovia. All right. So that being said, so as you walk towards the village, and a lot of villagers tip their hats and salute you, it seems that word has gone through town that of your actions and your presence in town, and already your actions, well, Astor's actions has basically um, created a lot of brought a lot of respect to you, and people seem to appreciate your presence in town, which is also a welcome sight to behold. Right, instead of the usual suspicion and concern of outsiders. But nonetheless, as you continue walking through the village and reach the outskirts of town and start walking towards a hilled path, you notice your eyes turn to the abbey above the town of Krezk. The Abbey of St. Mark perches on the cliffside, and its bell tower standing like a silent sentinel, watching, waiting for your arrival. And with that being said, we're going to switch to. Do I have the winding road? Yeah, winding road. And then switch the audio to the Abbey. Bear with me. Do you guys have any questions for Dmitry Kreskov on the way? Anything you want to ask him?
I do want to ask him something.
Okay.
I understand that there's werewolves out in this area. Do you guys have problems with them?
We did for a time. They've always struggled to reach our walls. We've always been very protected here. Fortunately though, for the most part, they've never been able to breach our walls. Despite their sharp claws, our stone walls have always prevented them from climbing up and climb over our defenses. So we've been lucky, and the fact that we never step outside for the most part has shielded us from most harm. But nonetheless, they've been showing a bit more creativity and cunning of late, and they've succeeded at one point to enter. One werewolf was able to enter under the guise of a traveler delivering much needed wine from the Wizards of the Wine Winery. And so I've doubled the effort since. My guards are sure to make sure that proof of the actual wine, the contents of the barrels is provided. And so I doubt that such a ruse would work again. But again, we can only do our best until they come up with a new ruse, and we just have to stay as vigilant as we can. But they are indeed a constant threat from my people. But I hear that compared to other towns, we are somewhat lucky. It's just unfortunate that my peaceful people have to deal with the proximity of these fiends, and their constant harassment. Is that something that have you come across these werewolves yourself?
Yes, near the tower on Lake Baratok.
Ah, yes, the tower to the east. Yes, yes, near the lake. Yes, I know of it. I've never been there myself. Rumor has it that a powerful wizard lived there, resided, or studied there. Is that still the case?
I think it's just a rumor. I heard now that the tower seals away a giant blue dragon.
You get a wink from Ezio. Yeah, buddy. Ah. It's an homage to you, the schools, if you're out there, keeping your country safe. All right, let's just see here. Cause of Krezk. As you guys discuss and talk about various things, werewolves and locales you've visited in this fine land of Barovia, a woman panting and running on top of her lungs, somehow is able to reach you in the thicker snow of the slope that leads to the abbey, and says, "Oh, Dimitri." And so she says she's in labor, but we can't find we can't find the what's the name of the woman that takes care that's present during labor is the midwife.
The
We can't find the
midwife?
midwife. Yes, they can't find the midwife. And so he says, I see. And she seems to be in quite a bit of pain, the woman says. And so he turns towards you, Ostor, and the rest of the party, and says, I'm sorry, I have to deal with this. If you are able to wait a bit, I'll try to see if this could be resolved quickly. If not, I mean, you could continue on yourselves. Although I will be frank, the abbot is not expecting you, and he's not a man that is known to appreciate surprises. But it's up to you whether or not you want to continue. But he says that and then the woman reiterates, "Sir, it is urgent. You must come now. She's in extreme pain. She could die." And so the ringmaster then realizes how serious this is, and then he decides to. He says, "Well, there's very little I can do without the midwife. I'm not a doctor." So, but then the burgomaster turns toward you afterwards and says, "But wait a minute. You
Oh
have healing
no.
hands."
Oh boy. Oh jeez.
I
I have no place to ask this of you, Ostor, but I've seen what you're capable of yesterday. I wouldn't hold it against you if you refused, but could I ask for your assistance once more? It seems that one of my own is about to give birth, but there's been complications, and for whatever reason, we can't find a midwife.
I well, I don't know why you guys are laughing. So I
For the
say
same reason you're laughing.
I say it is no strange coincidence that you would fall onto us to help you with this task, but I am not the one. Though there is one who is destined for this task. And I
Oh,
turn to
shit.
Sparrow and I say, Sparrow, you are a midwife for your kind. Surely you can help deliver this baby.
What?
Asking the drunken bird to deliver a child? Oh my god.
I think it would be funny.
I'm like touching my beak.
Yes, you.
I'm like touching my beak, and I'm like,
This is not gonna go well.
I just want to point
there
out.
wine
I just want to
involved?
point something. No. I just want to point a crucial fact here. Aarakocra lay eggs.
yeah,
just putting
me
that out
too.
there.
But then I'm a folk hero.
Palaka.
I'm a wandering monk folk hero. So who knows what skills
I'm
I've
gonna
learned
say,
along the way
you're
in
better-
my travels.
I think you'd have a better shot with the fucking dragonborn.
Not it.
And then I'm looking at my tools. I got like a hammer. I got like masonry tools and carpenter tools.
I face palm and I'm like, maybe you could fly around and find the midwife?
I would like to point out there's a couple of crowbars in the thieves' tools, so maybe that could be useful here.
All right, I could
Okay.
fly by, look for the midwife.
Oh my god. If we ever play online, this requires a t-shirt. No, this is fucking hilarious. Okay. But the burgomaster picks up on one thing among the amongst the insanity being spewed here. He does say that yes, it's a good point. Some of us could maybe take care of the midwife, search for the midwife, and while others tend to the delivery. So is that something you guys want to do, or like some of you want to search for them in the wife? And
I'll search.
I suppose
Well,
I could help
I'll
search.
search.
I think
okay, Talia,
Volunteers tribute.
I think we
Sakura
shouldn't.
are searching for the midwife. Okay.
Do you think we could have
Who's trained?
Talia and Sakura continue to the abbot?
I don't want to visit the abbot if the guy doesn't like unexpected visitors. I don't want to start off on the wrong foot.
I'll send word. I mean, all the unexpected visitor giving him a letter that we're coming. If that's gonna give him a heads up.
Are you gonna be like Martin Luther and like hammer a note on the door?
No, I'll just slip
Is
it
that a
under a
hammer, actually? We
door
should
or
do it.
something. I don't know, and then knock and then just fly away. Yeah, I could do that.
I'd like to imagine that she wrote a note like, "We are coming." The party of Sparrow and Sakura would like an audience, and then she puts it under the door, and
Yep.
like all the small font smears, so it just looks like "We are coming." Scribble, 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 scribble. Like an angry letter.
Yeah, exactly. Abbott's Annihilator. Okay, so if I got this right, and correct me if I'm wrong here. So we got Sakura and Talia trying to investigate where the midwife,
Mhm.
who's going to
Yes.
the actual woman giving birth.
I guess
Anybody?
Osthor is.
Not
Oh,
me.
there is? Okay.
I'm gonna
Not me.
polymorph this baby into a mouse, so it just comes right out.
You're gonna horrify some
That's actually funny 'cause it'll
expecting
work.
mother.
Oh my god. Where does Ezio go? Who's playing
Ezio's like,
Ezio? It's Tom.
Ezio's like, I know nothing about babies. I'm gonna
I don't know
search.
nothing about birthing no babies.
So Sakura, Talia, and Ezio are searching for the midwife. Ezio's going with the burgomaster to see the woman giving birth. And Sakura is continuing on towards the abbey. correct?
think the names are mixed up here.
Yeah.
Sakura
I
is
mixed them
going
up?
to look for the midwife. Yeah, Sakura's gonna. I'm gonna go look
That's
for the
not what I
midwife.
said?
No, it's
Sakura,
not.
Talia,
You said
and Ezio.
Right.
Oh,
You got them flipped, yeah.
okay, my bad. So Sakura, Ezio, Talia, midwife.
Yep.
yes,
Astor, burgomaster, woman giving birth.
yes,
Yep.
And Sparrow, Abby.
Deliver letter and
Yes.
look for midwife.
Deliver letter, and you gotta go back and help and look for the midwife. Okay,
Correct.
okay.
So I'm
Alright,
kind of
good.
essentially splitting myself off from the entire party.
have fun.
you're
Don't
on
die
your own.
alone.
No, scary.
Okay, interesting. This is interesting. I said I did not expect this. I expect the whole party to stay together. I should have known.
You already know we kind of tend to split up a lot.
Yes, you do. Which I like about you guys because it makes it so much more. I feel like organic and natural, right? In stories, people split up, especially in horror movies.
All right,
And,
gang, let's split up and look for clues.
Right, I hate the party that always sticks together because they're afraid that DM's out to get them at every corner, and like it's not true. I'm not trying to do that.
I mean, I'm
I'm trying to make a good
afraid, but
story.
you know,
Well, you should be afraid, but that
time's
doesn't mean that
essence.
it's not going to work out. Exactly. Okay, so how do we roll a d6 here? We've got 3 groups, so one representative of each group will roll a d6. Whoever rolls highest, I start with them, and now I'll switch between parties.
It's not me.
Okay. Looks like the woman giving birth isn't really important. Okay.
right. Bye for
5
midwife
for
party.
10. Okay.
Sparrow.
Oh,
It's a me.
Sparrow.
Sparrow's
It's
like,
me.
why am I
Okay.
always first?
Yeah, I
In
could've
this
rolled
case, I'm
initiative.
okay. I'm not fighting anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yet. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Okay, so Sparrow.
Who
You
has
take
the
to the
best handwriting
sky.
among party members?
I probably do. All my charisma and shit.
Then scribble us a letter.
Oh, you're not scribbling a letter, Sparrow?
Nope.
I can
Sparrow's like, I'm
scribble the
too
letter.
drunk to write.
I'm just happy right now.
Yeah, what's the letter? Why don't you tell me what the letter says?
Dearest Abbot of Saint Markovia, we are
Okay.
coming to visit you. Please accept us. We are friends, not foe.
Okay, yeah. Along
Maybe
those lines,
mention
of course.
Burgomaster Betzwell.
We're here.
Burgomaster has granted an audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll mention that.
Okay, sounds good. All right, perfect. Okay, so that's the letter you're delivering, Sparrow.
Yes.
Okay, you hold this letter tightly in your talons, and you take to the sky. You launch into the cold air of Krezk, your wings slicing through the mist that clings to Krezk like
Good
a
thing I had that
funeral
wine earlier.
shroud. Seriously. As you ascend, the village shrinks beneath you, its rooftops swallowed by the gloom, while the Abbey of St. Markovia looms ahead, its silhouette jagged against the storm-laden sky. The wind howls around you, carrying distant echoes of wailing voices from the cliffside monastery, their sorrowful notes lost in the vast emptiness of the mountain. The path ahead is steep and treacherous, but from above, you see it clearly, a winding road of broken stone leading towards whatever mysteries wait beyond the iron gates. All right, so I'm just gonna go down here. I'll bring up the map. I think it's yeah, to give you an idea of the sense and scope here. So, first off, I'd say I would point you guys to the handout that shows the Abbey. You guys can all look at this, even though Sparrow's solo here. Location handout. Abbey of St. Markovia. So this is what the abbey looks like, although this is from the courtyard of the abbey. Am I showing it? I'm not. Okay, there you go. That is the Abbey of St. Markovia. Like I said, this is not a. I don't have a picture of a bird's eye view here, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Most players take the traditional route to the Abbey. But yeah, I'll provide some detail here. Okay, so actually I'll bring up the map. I have the map here. Okay, so this is the map of Saint Markovia. Oh, 1 sec. I'm trying to show it to you guys. Show it to everyone. There we go. All right, you guys see the map?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So Sparrow, you're going to be coming from S6 and S7. That's the path that you can kind
Okay.
of see it below there. There's a path that's the serpent that
Yeah.
goes to the south and yeah, snakes around there.
Mm-hmm.
So that path leads you up to there. I guess you're following the main path there, although you're just basically flying up the mountain path.
Yep.
Which saves you a lot of time. Then you arrive to the northern gate, which is S6, and I'll read you what you see
Okay.
there. The road from the village climbs above the mist to the wide ledge on which the abbey is perched. A light dusting of snow covers the trees and the rocky earth. The gravel road passes between two small stone outbuildings, to either side of which stretches a 5-foot-high, 3-foot-thick wall of jumbled stones held together with mortar. Blocking the road are iron gates attached to the outbuildings by rusty hinges. They appear to be unlocked. Viewed through the gate, the stone abbey stands quiet. Its two wings are joined by a 15-foot-high curtain wall. A belfry. That's how you say it. A belfry, Balfry.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where the bell is held. Yeah, okay. Protrudes from the rooftop of the closer north wing, which also sports a chimney billowing gray smoke. So my question to you is: do you pass this gate? It's open, as if it is inviting people. It's not closed. Do you just fly past it, pass above it, or through it, or
I'm gonna
how
go
do you
above.
get past that? Go above it? Okay.
Yeah.
And are you being stealthy when flying, like taking care not to, or are you just getting there as quickly as you can?
I'm getting there as quickly as I can. Basically, it's like announcing that, hey, I got a letter, but I'm not gonna actually, show myself. So the
That's cool.
plan is like,
Uh,
drop the letter on the floor of the front door, and then knock, and then fly away.
Gotcha. All right. How about you do this? I want you to roll me an active wisdom perception check, please.
Wisdom perception.
Yes. Ooh,
What the
damn.
bird see?
Wait, what was the the what is it? Inspiration thing that Oster did?
No. So
10
what Oster did
temporary
is
hit
just provides you
It's
Oh,
yeah,
never
just
mind.
take 10
Just
hit
kidding.
points. Yeah.
My bad.
But you know what? That's a good point. You guys had a good night rest, and I'd say Ostor's actions last night were inspiring. So everybody's got inspiration. How about that? I give you guys all
Yay.
inspiration.
Yay. I'm not gonna use it
So
for
if you
this
want to
though.
use inspiration, Sparrow, you could use it if you want to.
I don't, but I am wondering if Rufus is reacting to anything or whatnot.
Well, actually, you can have it. Yeah, it's good for you to remind me about Rufus. Why don't you roll me a Rufus relies on sight and smell, correct?
Hearing, I
His
think.
advantage to perception. Really, just hearing? No, it's got to be smell. Smell and hearing. You're right. It's smell and hearing.
He's a dog.
Yeah, hearing and smell. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dog. Yeah, have him roll a perception. Yeah, keen hearing. Rufus has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or smell. Perfect. So why don't you have him roll advantage on a wisdom perception check as well, please? And we'll use whichever higher results between you and Rufus.
Come on, doggo.
12 or 7. I'll take 12. Okay. All right. Let's have a look here. Yes. Okay. So, Rufus draws your attention towards the gate, uh, as you pass over it,
Oh.
as if he's seen or noticed something, either smelled or. You definitely hear him sniffing the air, so you think he smelled something,
I'm
and he
gonna
draws your
hover
attention
in the
towards the
air.
gate. Okay.
As soon as I notice that, I'm gonna hover in the air and look around.
Okay. I'll allow you to just you, do
Mhm.
a active perception check with advantage. Wisdom perception check with advantage.
Much
Oh,
better.
right. Wow. 18 is perfect. Okay. So. Okay, so at the top of the gate, right, on the parapet of the gate, you notice two guards that are on duty. But based on your observation, well, based on closer inspection, right? You don't get closer, but you just take time to look thoroughly. You notice that they seem to be asleep and have not noticed you pass. And
Oh.
yes, which is convenient. However, as you peer closer, right, you notice that something is, you're not that close to them, but you just move a bit closer, and something is
Mhm.
odd. And as you draw just a few, like a 5, 10, or 10 feet closer to get a better view, you notice something quite odd about these two guards. Um, they seem to be oddly shaped, and they don't seem to be human, but you can't quite place what they are.
Oh.
You would have to get closer to get a better view, but these are definitely not human. Although they're humanoid, you don't
But
think
they're
that they're human,
sleeping.
elven, dwarven, but they are sleeping.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna stealth to get close enough to see what they actually are.
Sure. Roll me a stealth active, well, obviously active. Dexterity stealth check, please. When is a stealth check passing?
Ooh.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, they are sleeping soundly there. Okay, yeah. Okay. As indiscernible to them as the Krezk wind, you creep forward. Your wings barely noticeable. The sound of your wings flapping, rather, barely noticeable. And you approach. And before you stands two grotesque looking, uh, how to describe, two grotesque monstrosities, basically. They're medium sized, not large, not taller than you are, actually a bit smaller than your average human. Um, they sleep under piles of like musty animal furs.
Oh.
Um, and one seems to be, just want to see if I get the description of it. Do I have a description of them? One's about like I'd say no more than 5 inches tall, although it's hard to say because they're kind of like perched forward and kneeling and sleeping, right? They're squatted low. They're squatting. Um, he looks like the one of them looks like a beardless dwarf with patches of donkey flesh covering his face and body.
The fuck?
He has one human ear and one wolf's ear, and a
Oh.
protruding wolf snout and fangs.
We got some fucking chimeras here? What the hell?
Yeah, that sounds like yeah. What the
His
heck?
arms and hands are human, but his legs and feet are leonine. And he has a donkey's tail. And then there's the other individual. who's similar size or in height, I would say, although again, hard to discern because they're kind of like kneeling down and sleeping. The left side of this one's face and body is covered with lizard scales, and the right side of his face with tufts of gray wolf fur. Between these tufts is a pale human skin, almost ghostly white. One of its eyes can't close completely, and it appears to be feline and bigger than the other eye rather. And then you notice his fingers and hands, they look like cat paws with posable thumbs.
Oh, great. Does Rufus feel
Really
threatened
weird.
by them at all, even though they're asleep?
He doesn't, no.
Huh.
Although as he smells, he does feel repulsed by a smell.
These are mixed creatures, so it's like a really bad experiment.
But but they are sleeping soundly. And if you want to investigate further, you can, but you have to get closer and probably roll either a combination of perception and investigation. But you, right from the air distance, this is what you perceive. So let me know what you do.
I'm gonna head to the front door. Drop the letter on the
So you
door.
continue on.
Yep. I'm just
Gotcha.
gonna do
Okay.
that, knock loudly, and then just zoom all the way up. Still
Okay.
stealthing.
I'll have you roll. Right. I would imagine now from now on you're going to be a bit more cautious. I'll have you roll another dexterity stealth check, please.
Gosh darn. Okay.
Gosh darn it. Why do I do this to you, eh? Okay. Roll. Why do I do this to you? Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. You continue on.
Well,
Okay.
I am trying to just, with the knocking of the door, I'm not technically stealthing anymore, but yeah.
Yeah, we're not there yet. So basically, this
okay.
is you like leaving the proximity
backing
of the
away.
guards. So so you flap your wings to regain momentum to continue on, right? And unfortunately, as you do that, the beating of your wings echoes through the valley and seems to. I'll roll for it. I'm gonna roll /R 1d20. What's their passive? I gotta go to their passive. What's the wisdom? 1 second here. Monsters. There they are. Perception. But they'll roll it with disadvantage. Oh, but wait. I have to put them to. Oh yes. Oh yes. Where is it? I still have it. Oh, it should be here. Roll with advantage. Oh, there we go. Always roll advantage. No, why would I do that? Advantage toggle. Always whisper rolls. Which roll damage and crit? Yes. Okay. Yeah, I have to change that every time I use a new monster. Okay, disadvantage I said, and I'm gonna do a perception. What's the total? Damn. Okay, yeah. So unfortunately, you do wake them up. Both. Well, actually, I should wrote 2 of these. See which one you wake up. Wake up 1 for sure. How do you wake up? You don't wake up the second. But you wake the first one up, which would be the one that had the
Wolf.
It would be the wolf features, the wolf snout and appendages. So he wakes up, and he let's see here. What does he do? It's funny because he you would expect like a wolfine sound emanating from this creature, but it's actually more like a donkey bray. and
Yeehaw!
and so he basically brays and to kind of alert not only the other creature next to him, but to rouse anybody who would be in the surrounding area.
Oh,
to
I'm
your
gonna drop.
presence, but you fly away nonetheless while this is
Yep.
happening.
I'm just gonna drop the letter on the front door step and then fly away. I'm not even gonna knock on the door
Yes,
anymore.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the map again, and so using the second show players. Okay, so you can see the map now. You're at right now you're at S6, okay,
Mhm.
which is to the bottom left there of the map. Where exactly do you go? You can use the S numbers to kind of guide me.
Okay.
Right. Obviously, you're seeing inside of buildings. So right now, just think about that. But where are you going?
Is the thing on the left of S13 a door, or is that a chimney?
To the left of
Of
S13.
S13.
That would be that would be a chimney.
Oh, okay. Is the door the S10 then?
S10. No, that seems to be another door that leads to a courtyard. Courtyard is S12. The
Okay.
door is kind of like if you see S13 and you move to the right, there is a door there.
Okay.
On the far right. You see that door to the right?
Yeah.
That leads to outside. That's the door to the to the abbey.
Which building looks
It's in the
like people
courtyard.
live in?
That one will be one. It seems like one of the more major buildings. Although as you head towards, you'll have to head to the courtyard to get to there anyways, if that's where you're heading. I just want to confirm you're heading in that general
Yes.
direction. Or not. Okay. Because then I'll describe what you see in S12. So I'm going to describe S12, which appears to be a courtyard, okay?
Mm-hmm.
S12. Where's that? There we go. Okay. The thick fog that fills this courtyard swirls as if eager to escape. The courtyard is surrounded by a 15-foot-high curtain wall on which stand several guards with their backs to you. Or so it seems at first. It's clear now as you approach that these guards are merely scarecrows propped up. Wooden doors to the north and east lead to the abbey's two wings. In the center of the courtyard is a stone well fitted with an iron winch, to which a rope and bucket are attached. Along the perimeter, tucked under the overhanging wall, are several stone sheds with padlocked wooden doors, as well as 3 shallow alcoves that contain wooden wooden through. Sorry.
Rough.
2 wooden posts spouted into the rocky earth have iron rings bolted to them, and chained to one of them is a short humanoid with bat wings and spider mandibles. The quiet is shattered by the horrible screams coming from the sheds as they are alerted by a donkey sound from the main gate. So,
Where's the bat
the
creature
gate
thing?
is that will be the post. Bat creature thing is I actually have to go to them. Bear with me.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want to
Mm.
chase.
S12D. So in S12, you can see in S12.
Yeah.
There should be a letter D in the courtyard.
Yeah, I see it.
It's
It's towards
that's where
the
it is. Yeah.
S14 building. 15, I think.
Correct. Yes. Right in front of it, basically. Well, just off, but yeah, that's where it is. Yeah.
Dang.
That's where the bad creature is, and it's chained to that post. Okay.
Oh, good. So
And
it's not gonna fly at me.
No, and when it's alerted to your presence, right, and your presence is alerted by the obvious donkey sound coming from the main gate, yeah, it kind of basically it notices you, and then instead of trying to fly away, right, it just basically kind of hugs the post in fear, trying to hide from your presence, and then you've got sounds emanating from these how do we call them, like these chicken sheds that are
the C's
that are basically the
or
chicken
B's.
sheds are the C's.
Okay.
The C's.
I'm I'm just gonna
What's
drop
the
the
bees,
letter
though?
by the bat creature. So
Yeah, 'cause
while I'm
bees
still
are-
up
yeah,
high
okay.
in the air, I'm just gonna drop it by it. So close
Okay.
to the door ish, by the creature. So
Yes.
I guess between those two.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. I just
And
want
then I'm
to
gonna fly
see
away.
something real quick. Yeah, sounds good. I just want to see something very quick. Um. Well, they didn't really add it. Just maybe we could put this. I was trying to see what this sound effect sounds like. I don't remember it. I haven't done this map in a while.
Sounds like a chimera, maybe.
Yeah, so that would be the sound that you hear in the courtyard. The type of creature that you hear screaming.
Mm.
Yeah, okay. Let's say that's the kind of sound that okay, so the donkey sound causes
Everybody
a
else to
cacophony
panic.
of these sounds to be alerted and just basically burst in
Oh god.
these various types of humanoid and different type of creature screams, and these are emanating from those chicken those
These poor creatures.
these chicken sheds, right, that are near the south of the door that leads to the abbey. Okay.
Mhm.
You can't see in as you fly down to bring the letter. You don't see inside those chicken sheds, but you definitely can hear sound though these sounds emanating from those. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not
And then
trying
of
to
course
get
there's
close to them though. I'm just gonna drop it
no.
from where I am.
Yeah, sure. So you drop it at the just in front of the door.
Yeah, like between the door and the bat, dude.
Sounds good. Okay. And then of course the winged creature that was chained to the post. It's basically making sure that it's in the post is between you and it, right? And it's cowering behind the post in fear at your sight. Okay. And if you guys want to see some pictures, well, this is only Sparrow that sees this, but I guess everybody can see it. That's fine. In your player handouts, named NPC handouts, I'm going to show you a couple of pictures. These are the creatures that you saw at the gate that were sleeping. So this is them.
Oh. They have last
And
names.
then
Oh no.
they do. Well, and then the creature that was on the post
What the
is
hell?
this one. And you can see her kind of like how she's staying on the post in the picture.
No.
You don't see her?
Oh,
Show
there it
picture.
is. Oh,
There you
poor
go.
thing.
Yeah.
This is giving me what is it?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yes, that one. Man.
Yeah.
Too soon.
And did you guys see any other creatures? No, that's it. That's the only ones you saw. So, anyways, yeah, you can see that they're like a mishmash of different types of body parts of different creatures, which is weird. It's a common theme between all these creatures that you've seen at the gate and in the courtyard. So, so after you delivered, you've placed the letter, you just bolt out of there.
Pretty much.
Okay. All right.
I'm not sticking around to be attacked.
Right.
I mean, they seem afraid of you.
Yeah, no. Looks can be
Well,
deceiving.
One does, but she's definitely caused a stir in the courtyard with her presence. All right. So with that being said, you fly back up into the air, take it back to the air, and head towards the village of Krezk. All right.
I'm definitely gonna
I'll
talk
shut
to
these guys
the
up.
burgomaster about this.
All right, I'm gonna move to the next party. Who rolled the highest after Sparrow?
Midwife party.
Make
We
it
rolled.
roll.
We rolled a 5.
Ah, yes. Okay. All right. So midwife party. As you basically both the burgomaster, Astor, and your party kind of are following each other back down towards Krezk, right? And then the burgomaster tells you where the midwife is, and she's basically like a few houses down if you continue, and then to the right at a weirdly looking tree that he describes. So all you have to do for me, anybody in this party or can roll and with advantage because you're multiple people helping each other out. You can roll an intelligence investigation check just to make sure you spot the right tree to figure out where to go. So anybody with advantage can roll this, and that's within the midwife party. There we go. I
There.
think a 26 is going to cut it.
Nice.
That's a nat 20, so I
Alright.
hope it does.
All right, there's a dead tree basically that you guys find. That's obviously evidence because the rest of the tree are lush and quite alive. This dead tree basically is at the corner, and you know that according to the burgomaster's directions, you turn right of that tree, and it's the second house to your left. So, no big deal. And then the burgomaster on the way tells you that he will be bringing the woman that's in labor to his house, to the burgomaster's house. So you guys know where that is. So you guys can easily trace your way back to there once you need to return. Okay? So as you guys arrive at this door, the first thing that you guys notice, and I'll have you guys all roll, anybody who's part of the midwife group, we need a better name for these groups, but anyways, roll me
Search
active
party. There we
perception
go.
check,
Search
please.
party.
The search part, I like it. Okay.
What
You
do you want
said
to
We got
roll?
perception.
recon. Sparrow was recon.
Yeah.
We've got search party, and then we just need something cool for the burgomaster party. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
The labor.
We'll just call
Party.
it Astor. The labor
What are we
party. I dig it. It's perfect. It's simple, but it's accurate. Okay.
The 13 is Talia. The 18 is
What are we
Etsuko.
rolling?
Sounds good. Active perception. Wisdom perception. Quit on the wine. Too much wine. I'm drinking too fast here.
I rolled. I'm not sure if it. I don't think my rolls are showing up.
I didn't see any of your
I
rolls.
don't.
I did an investigation too, and I guess that didn't. Yeah, my rolls aren't showing up.
Classic roll 20.
Maybe
Are
just
any of
log out
those?
and log back in,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, it looks
We'll
like
wait.
none
Don't
of
worry about it.
mine are showing up.
We'll wait for you
Interesting.
guys. You're worth the wait.
Yeah, refresh.
Just
Alright.
refresh.
Let's see. Curse of Strahd.
Yeah, maybe a refresh will be enough. Fix the issue.
I just closed it out and went back in.
She's back.
Okay.
Let's try again.
Oops. Okay. Wisdom perception. Is that gonna work? There we go.
There we go. Perfect. Okay. All right.
Weird. It
Anybody
didn't
who
save
rolls,
my. Interesting.
anybody who rolls over a 12 will, as you approach the door, your nostrils are all hit with a strong smell of blood and decay.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
What do you guys do? You're at the door. Door's closed.
I'm gonna use my mage hand to open that door.
Okay.
What?
Is it anybody else do something else, or is that it?
I'll hang back while he's doing his, or Talia's doing their thing.
Ezio stands there and flexes.
Flexes.
Yes.
Smelling the decay, he flexes.
Yes.
When in doubt, flex. Okay.
He's confused. He doesn't know what's going on.
Poor Ezio. I think he got brain damage from Strahd.
Well, the poor guy got pummeled to a pulp thrice. Okay.
Well, actually,
So,
no.
yeah.
Ezio can look around the house, see if there's anything suspicious outside around the house.
Okay. All right. All right. So Talia, your fingers flick with practiced grace, your voice a mere whisper as the illusion stirs to life. The invisible yet ghostly translucent hand floats silently towards the door, guiding it with your mind, its fingers curling delicately around the handle. And then, with a soft thud, you attempt to open it. But to your surprise, the door is locked. I want to roll a active perception check for Ezio.
Ezio perception.
Yeah.
10.
Oh, that 01 was a looming close. Okay. Yeah. I saw the one. Yeah. Oh, we're good. Okay. 10. Yes. Okay. It's not too hard to spot an open window. Yeah. So as you circle around the house, Ezio notices that a window is ajar. He also notices footprints. Footprints that I would say would be slightly covered with a fine layer of snow. They're barely visible. So it's been some time that these footprints have been imprinted. But yes, they're just below the opened window.
Ezio is going to poke his head inside the window.
Okay. And does anybody else do anything before I move forward?
Nope.
Dolly is just going to just lockpick the door while Ezio's looking in on the other side, wherever that window is.
She's gonna lock. Oh, she's gonna lockpick. Okay. Okay. And why don't you roll a thievery check? Let's say, well, it's a thieves tools check. Yeah. So dexterity check with with your proficiency bonus.
19.
No, wow. Okay. Okay. So, well, I guess I'll start with Ezio. So Ezio, as he raises his head, and peeks into the house, his nose wrinkles at the stench of decay that assaults him, thick and suffocating, a vile promise of death lingering in the air. His gaze darts inside, but the shadows hide whatever foulness lies within. On the other side of the house, Talia's nimble fingers, well, rather, the nimble fingers of her, whatchamacallit? What's the name of the
Mage
spell
hand?
again? I got it right. Mage hand, thank you. The nimble fingers of her mage hand twists the lock of the wooden door, and the soft click of success, a stark contrast to the rotten stench that clings into the still air inside. Yeah, so the door is unlocked. And what do you do? What do you both do? What does Ezio and Talia do? What does the party do?
Talia is going to walk inside and observe what we got here.
Okay.
I will
What do-
follow Talia
Uh,
in.
okay. This calls for the opening the creepy door. Anytime now.
You can do it, Dora. I believe in you.
Oh man, they put music and everything. Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
That was
Oh,
so
good.
dramatic.
I know. All right. All right. What does that do?
Ezio's he's gonna climb in through the window if it's big enough for him.
Okay. So he climbs over. Both Italia and Ezio, the rest of the whole party notices, the whole search team notices the fellow. A woman lies sprawled across the floor, the cold stone, wooden floor. Her once lustrous hair now matted with blood, pooling dark and sticky beneath her. Her eyes are wide open, frozen in a state of terror, lips parted as though caught in a final scream that never escaped. Her body is a mess, guts layer across the floor. A traumatic and disheartening tapestry. One that was done in haste, but nonetheless brutal. What do you guys do?
Jesus Christ.
Ye-
Found the midwife.
This is not great.
They're like claw marks on her body.
Well, you have to do a perception, or you guys have a couple of skills you can roll here. You can do like investigation or perception. Even medicine would be useful here, just to kind of discern different things, right? What happened, how it happened, when it happened, and the nature maybe of the assailant or whoever caused the murder.
Talia
Depending
is
on what you
going
guys.
to investigate the body.
All right, so roll me an intelligence investigation check.
15.
15. Okay. Does anybody else roll anything else?
There are options for rolling.
Well, I mean, you can be creative. You can roll whatever. I'm not gonna. But I mean, easy things that come to mind: intelligence investigation, wisdom perception,
I'll
wisdom
do a
medicine.
wisdom. I'll do a wisdom perception.
Okay.
Do an animal
Mm.
handling.
Oh, wow. I'm like, I don't
Just
know
remember
what
you
the
guys have.
fuck I'm looking at.
FYI, remember you guys have a inspiration die available. Just like you guys remember. Just reminding you. Yeah, yeah. If you feel this is worth it. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. So unfortunately, Sakura, you look around, try to find any clues that would explain the when the death occurred, if a murder weapon was used, or what would have caused this amount of damage, right? This carnage on this poor woman, and unfortunately, you see nothing that comes to mind, or you don't see anything in the room that points to a clue.
They're just like, I
Um,
think she's dead.
Ezio is going
yeah.
to look around as well. Looking around the room,
So
looking for anything not with the body, like if there's a weapon, stuff like that.
yeah. Okay.
I'm assuming that's perception.
Yes, wisdom perception. Sorry. Yeah, that was my cue. I failed. Sorry. I blame it on the wine. Okay. Okay. Fine. Interesting. Okay. And we had a 15 investigation. All right. So um I'll start with Talia. So Talia, as you glance at the body, looking at the you're trying not to let yourself distracted by the amount of blood and the visceral nature of the crime, but you rather look at subtle clues outside of that. And you do notice that she was hit with some form of blunt forced object or and on the back of her head. And so you feel that given the amount of damage, and like there's no signs of visible struggle here, as she was probably knocked unconscious before she was killed, and there's no signs of her resisting, and the amount of damage that was caused to her abdomen is just, it was done viciously. Um, what does really stand out for you is these the wounds that were inflicted. Um, Logic dictates that some form of really sharp object was used to probably open her up, so to speak. However, the wounds on the various organs, right? Mainly the very fatty and very I'd say juicy, for lack of a better term, organs, like the liver, heart, right? Um, seems to point to very, like, I guess, like not fangs or nothing sharp. Um, and I would say that uh, it's almost as if this wasn't caused by a creature that had any claws or particularly pointy fangs. Something would have chewed her, like her some of these organs were like chewed.
Ugh.
Yes.
Hmm.
The
Darn.
hell?
And by the size of the wounds, I would say that it's chewed by something that wasn't necessarily big, just average sized creature, something small or medium at the most. And for Ezio, what he notices is he finds underneath the bed in the room where she was killed, he finds um, what you call it, a mace, like a morning star, if you will. And given the blood on the mace and the pattern on the wound in the back of her head, like a morning star is like basically a round ball with spikes coming out of it, right? That would be consistent with the wound that is found in the back of her head. So this
Jesus.
definitely is the weapon that was used to knock her unconscious. It wouldn't have killed her, according to Talia's observations. She died from blood loss from being devoured. But the strike in the back of her head would have been enough to knock her unconscious, and unable to resist her assailant. Okay. And what he notices there's a K engraving on this mace, which is very particular, a very well, like, stylized graved K on the handle of this mace, as in the letter K. But I wasn't.
Curse.
All right.
And
Ezio will.
it's a
Oh,
very good looking. It's a very good. It's almost like an ornamental mace. It's not a like this is not a mace you would bring to war. It's most almost decorative. It's still a very, like, it can still be lethal. It's still a weapon, but it's not meant for like extended battle use. It's more decorative in nature. Yeah. All right.
Ezio will
So
also
sorry.
chime in that he saw footprints outside by the window.
Okay.
So we should probably follow those.
Okay. So you want to double back and follow the footprints?
Yes.
Okay. So for that, I'll ask you to roll a wisdom survival check, please.
Survival. Or
I know you
survival.
don't
There
roll
you
that
are, all
one
the way at the
often.
bottom.
You can roll with advantage if you want, if people are helping you out. So I presume you're getting assistance here.
Yeah, Talia is also going
Yeah.
to join in following these footprints.
Sure. So I can just basically re-roll and take whatever higher result. There we go. Thank you, DM. All right.
Thank you, DM.
So you do manage to. I mean, so based on the amount of snow that's covering some of these tracks, this is something that would have happened. You presume it's hard to obviously pinpoint an exact time, but this would have happened maybe anywhere between 4 to 8 hours ago. Okay, you don't remember, like you don't have all the facts to make a specific, like a very precise determination. You don't know how much snow has fallen over the night, right? You were fast asleep, but give or take anywhere between, right? Given the current snowfall, say if that was maintained throughout the night, you would say anywhere between 4 to 8 hours would have passed. So this leads you to believe that this is something that would have happened at night while everybody was sleeping, which makes sense, right? The less chance of attracting attention when knowing when people are asleep. That would mean that this is something that would have been done by something that had someone that had it was a predetermined, premeditated, but it's also something that would have been done by a rational creature. We're not talking about just an animal or a beast, right? They would have waited that people are asleep and felt confident that people were asleep before committing this atrocious act. So that's what that comes to you as you notice the amount of snow covering these footprints. As you continue to follow the footprints, you roll a 19. That's pretty high. So I would say you do follow the footprints as far as you can. Eventually, the footprints reach a common road where there's just at that point too many scents and too many prints from various directions, right? To really continue your pursuit. But I would roll. I mean, there are the main road does lead in based on where you're at, could probably lead to very specific locations. You could probably rule, for example, certain important buildings in the village, right, that would not be close to where the footprints are going towards. So I will have you roll an intelligence investigation check to see if maybe some of these buildings stand out.
Is that a roll for Talia or Ezio?
Again, you guys are putting your collective mind together here, so I would allow one person to roll and with advantage. We'll make it easy, simple.
Oh, Ezio, you have +7. I have +6. You're doing this shit.
Damn,
Jesus.
a 27. Okay.
Let it be known we rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20 on that one.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny. Wow. Okay, so Ezio confidently says, I think the perpetrator was already coming from the burgomaster's mansion. Oh, not a mansion, sorry. House. The burgomaster's house.
Look.
So, his son, right?
Oh God. Oh no.
How old is the son again?
The son's about, you place him between 6, but you don't exactly, you haven't asked his exact age, but he's like a young adult, or he's just about to become a man. So I would say he's anywhere between 15 to 17 years old, maybe 18 at the most.
All right, old enough to be a murderer.
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Considering how much the organs were chewed, we know he's got quite the eating thing going on.
Yes. Plus the mace gave him decay.
And the
What do you think that indicates? Yeah.
What's her last name again? I forgot it.
The Krezkovs. So,
Krezkov.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that could be the first letter of the family name. So yeah, that could be in line. And plus, it's a ceremonial mace, so
Oh, I
Not
forget if
everybody
I said I
carries
wanted
necessarily mace.
Ezio to hold on to that mace.
Sure. Put it in his gear that he has a Krezk ceremonial mace that has blood on it. You could say has murder weapon. Something to that effect. All right.
Alright.
So armed with all this information, what do you guys do now?
We should go inform the burgomaster.
So you head back to the burgomaster's house. Okay. All right. Conveniently, this is where everybody's going. Well, Sparrow's gonna have to figure that out, but yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna move to the labor
The
Labor
Labor
Party. Which is basically comprised of the burgomaster and Ezio. Astor.
You mean Ostor?
Yes, that's it. I meant Astor. Sorry. So yeah, so the two of you are bolting it towards the burgomaster's house. And as you guys arrive there, the burgomaster tells his wife Anna and says to prepare linens, to prepare hot water, to prepare sutures, the whole shebang, everything. And so explains that they're gonna bring they call her Myrna, a woman. Name of the woman. They're gonna bring in Myrna to give labor into their house. It's the most spacious house in town, so they figured the lady needs space. It dawns on you that this is a man that cares deeply about his villagers. Like he would use his own house for the delivery of another child, right? So like his house is open to his people, which is a good change of a stark contrast to, say, Baron Vlakovic from Valaki, right? Basically looks down on his people. So anyway, so as Anna gets busy on that, he tells you, Ezio, I'm going to get Myrna. She's the woman that is to be does deliver her child, and take the time you need to prepare. But I'll get her and bring her here, and um, we'll do our best. Anna has delivered multiple children in her lifetime, but um, if if the worst is to happen, we'll let you use your celestial hands to uh, bring forth a new miracle, the same you have showed us yesterday. If you're fine with that.
I will give it my all.
Alrighty. All right. So I'd say maybe 10 minutes passed, and then
In between this,
yeah,
Are
sure.
we alone?
You and Anna and the son. Yes, the son's not in the same room as you and Anna.
Okay.
Anna's hustling about to gather all the materials and all the stuff, the stuff she needs to make Myrna comfortable. So she's not really she's indisposed, if you will. But you're basically alone with her and her son in this house.
Okay, I'm gonna communicate telepathically with Quincy, and I'm gonna ask him if he knows anything about human childbirth.
Yeah, boy. Shit. I would say no.
Could he roll for it?
Well,
This
sure.
imp is a superstar.
Sure. He could roll a intelligence history check.
Oh!
He knows nothing.
Could you imagine if it landed on that 20?
He knows the entire process.
Unfortunately, Master, devils are born in the rivers of the Styx, on the first layer of the nine hells. devils are not born in the same way as humanoids are. Apologies.
That is pretty cool. Born in a river of the
It's
dead.
almost poetic, eh? Well, it's a poison. It's a pool full of putrid blood, basically. Yeah, not the. Yeah, it's kind of disgusting, but hey, somehow poetic.
All right. All right, we're going in this blind. It's fine.
He's actually buying. He's actually putting a. He's actually covering his eyes here. Might as well. All right. So this is a little challenge, right? Okay. So after about 10 minutes, the burgomaster arrives with a sturdy young man, and they're carrying this woman that's in extreme pain. They bring her into the living room, and they put her on a cloth and basically a couple of blankets that were placed there by Anna. And they they make her comfortable. They remove bottom part of her clothing, and yeah, as she gets to she begins to try to push to give birth to this child.
I would. Could I get like a wet washcloth and could I cast Chill Touch on it to
Yeah,
give her
you can do that.
something
That's awesome.
cool?
Yeah, you can do that for sure. Okay.
Cold towel?
Um,
Uh,
I yeah, I don't know if that's the right thing.
It's not.
I don't know.
um, okay. Well, I mean, it could help. Here's how you can do. Why don't you roll me a it was a medicine check.
Just normal, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but if you don't have any training in medicine, I guess it's just a wisdom check.
Oh,
Okay.
8.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'll describe this. So the woman's face contorts in agony, her breath coming in sharp, ragged gasps as sweat beads on her pale forearm. Her hands clutch the blankets, knuckles white as a deep, primal scream tears from her throat, the room echoing with her pain. Blood stains the sheets beneath her, dark and spreading, a crimson flood that stains her legs and pools beneath her. Her eyes flicker with panic. Her breath is shallow, as something seems terribly wrong. Her body is trembling with each agonizing contraction. So you notice inflammation around that area. And so, yeah, maybe it's not a bad idea to use the chill touch on, in this case. But it's not going to it's not going to solve the issue. She is definitely, the amount of pain and the amount of blood that is coming out of her is unnatural, even to someone that's not a doctor. This is not normal for childbirth.
I'm going to
Some
use a healing light on her.
there you go.
4 HP.
Okay. Okay. So do I have the audio for that?
I guess I was
Should
wrong.
have it.
It's both hot and cold that needs to be there, not just hot.
I see. All right. So Ostor, you're actually checking. What did you Google for that? I'm curious.
Oh, what did I say?
Okay, so Ostor, you step forward, your hands glowing with celestial light. as you murmur the incantation, the soft radiance warming the room. The light pulses, spreading over the woman's trembling form, mending the gaping wound, halting the flow of blood, a gentle warmth against her cold skin. As the healing light presses against her, her breath steadies for a moment, the pain briefly ebbing as though the light itself is pushing back the darkness that threatens to overtake her. Good job. Okay. Okay. So, with a final guttural cry, the woman's body convulses, the pressure unbearable as she brings the child into the world. Her hands grip the edge of the bed, her face pale and slick with sweat, as the infant's body slides free, slick and covered in blood. Um, the first breath is raspy, a desperate gasp for air, its tiny limbs kicking and flailing. And while the woman exhales a trembling sigh of exhaustion and relief, the baby, however, seems to be eerily silent,
Oh, boy.
despite breathing. Despite breathing. And do you say anything else, Thor?
Can I investigate the cause of the non-breathing?
The baby's breathing, but
It's
it's
just
not
being
doing
quiet.
anything. It's extremely quiet, which is unusual. Yeah.
I spank the baby.
You spank the baby? Okay. Okay. So you spank the baby, which is not a bad thing to do, I guess. And then as you spank the baby, it does cry in pain, but shortly thereafter, as soon as I guess the pain subsides, it stops screaming, is crying, and just goes back to being silent, which again is odd.
I'll cast a healing light on it.
Sure. Roll healing like if you will. Place your hand on the child as positive energy seeps through it, covering it. And yet, nothing ails the child, despite you healing it. No wound is mended. It remains silent. And then
Can I channel Mandifa?
you can, but then Anna puts her hand on your hands after you've cast healing light. And she says, "This is beyond you. Nothing is wrong with this child. Well, physically, that is. It's soulless."
What?
Eh?
The
And I'll have the
fuck?
rest. I'll have the rest of the party come at the same time. That includes Sparrow
Does the
and the
baby
search
have
team.
hair?
It does.
What color is the
Has a
hair?
bit of hair.
Is it red?
No,
Stephen.
no. No, it's not red. It's I would say it's either brown or black, I guess, as most Barovians are. But still, the child is extremely silent. Quiet. The child is alive and the child is alert. It's looking around. It's in its mother's arms. The mother's exhausted, but nonetheless wants to hold her child. She does her best to rouse the child or attempt to do so, keeping the child close to her, right? And even when she tries to give the breast, the child just is, despite the child is able to kind of bring its mouth to the breast and everything, the child just does not react. It's just completely silent,
All right.
emotionless.
I need to ask an expert on this. And I
Okay.
communicate telepathically with Quincy. I'm like, why does this kid not have a soul?
Roll Arcana, I guess. Intelligence or Arcana?
Arcana is
For Quincy. Intelligence.
intelligence. Ooh, 15.
Okay.
If you allow me to prick its finger or toe, Master, I could taste its blood and tell you if it's actually soulless.
Okay, so he needs to taste the child's blood.
Yeah.
All right. I guess in my medicine kit I should have like something to prick the skin, correct?
Yeah. You got scissors at the very least, I suppose.
Okay, let's just say I want to run some kind of ritual and I'll need a drop of its blood and I'll ask if I can draw that.
Okay. Anna places a hand in front of you and like an emotion to stop and just says, "There's no need. We know what this is. The child is soulless. It has no soul.
But why though?
We do not know. But children of Barovia, some of them that are born without a soul. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality of our land. They will live as empty husks, showing little to no emotion. But it's still a cause for celebration. It's still a life. And if everybody's in this room, so I have Sparrow, I've got the search team back. So I would say anybody here can roll an intelligence check, just an intelligence check, really bare bones intel. That could be everyone. Anybody in the room.
Wow.
Sparrow.
This does not interest me. There's no wine involved.
Alright, the 14 is Talia, the 6 is Ezio.
Just a plain intelligence.
Okay.
Intelligence.
I'm like, human births are gross.
Oh,
So true.
Sakura.
Oh
Okay,
damn.
She's the only one who rolled higher than 15 or 15 or higher. Okay. All right, so Sakura, here's what you remember. You remember seeing this in somebody else. A couple of people actually across Barovia, but more importantly, the one person that struck you the most was the barkeep
Oh
at
right, yeah, it's
the
called
at the
the
inn. Yes, at the bar
yeah,
in
it's
the village of Barovia.
I think I have a note about that. They're
God, if I find his name, my God, I should go to the. I have to scroll all the way down to the beginning of the campaign. 1 second here.
I don't know why, I just want to call him Quentin.
Mortu? It's the Mortu are what the weirdos are called. Or no, that's the Vistani. The
No, it's
outcast
Eric.
Vistani.
His name was Eric. Eric the barkeep.
He
There's this
gave me
guy.
wine, didn't he? Oh, I don't remember.
He was our yeah. He did give you wine. He did. He gave you guys a bit of wine, mostly ale, but he did give you wine. And Eric
Yeah, he was a little
showed.
special.
Yeah, Eric was. He was almost monotonous in his motions. Right.
Mm-hmm.
He was constantly washing glasses if he wasn't asked for a drink. He would just wash glasses the whole time. Even if they were cleaned, he would continue to wash them to make sure they were sparkling. And he
Oh.
had this empty gaze in his eyes at all times, right?
Oh,
Um,
the mist
and
touched. Is that what they're called? Mist touch?
that's how the people in Barovia called them. Whereas in Krezk, they
Mm-hmm.
seem to call them soulless. But yes, you do draw a parallel between the two.
Gotcha. Interesting.
So it would seem that in Barovia, some people are born without souls.
I mean, considering all the weird shit that happens, not surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Seems entirely
Yes. But this
possible that
isn't.
those souls just straight up leave Barovia. I mean, look at
Or
me.
they
Yeah.
can't enter Barovia.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm a fucking reincarnation of Sergei, and I'm not from here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but your soul kind of
Mhm.
bounced out before the mist came over.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes. The whole souls things and Curse of Strahd is one of the most interesting things. It's actually method. I mean, it's almost philosophical. It's really cool. Like we can have a conversation all day about talking about the soul in Barovia. It's freaking awesome. Whoever came up with this concept is brilliant. It's one of the finer things in the campaign setting, and it's one of the good things that came out of the fifth edition because it wasn't a thing in in Ravenloft prior to fifth edition. This was so not a thing. They changed a lot of things in Curse of Strahd in fifth edition from the original, but this is actually a good change. That's very interesting, deep, a thought, philosophical. It's really cool. Um, and so anyway, and you guys have just scratched the surface. But yes, there are actually portions of the population in these lands that do not have a soul, that are just flesh husks without a soul. Why? How? What does this mean? Yeah, no idea. But just it's a thing. All right. So you guys have just given life to a child that has no soul. So with that being said, the mother Mirna still clutches her child with love and affection. But you can't help but notice that there's a faint sense of concern and fear in her eyes. Fear for what the world and what life um, awaits this child, given their predicament, right? Although she does her best to hide it, and she tries to smile as much as she can.
What are the
Yes,
color of the eyes of the
and
kid?
nothing. I mean, in this case, the child has bluish eyes, and as a parent, I can tell this right now. Kids, when they are born, they all have bluish
Usually,
eyes.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they
Unfortunately, yeah,
change.
they're
And
they change. It's you don't really know. But my point is, the eyes are normal. They appear normal. Um, but what does strike you, even in this infant, is that it's empty of gaze. Like when your sight crosses the child's, you feel an emptiness. It stares at you um, as if you know it was empty. The child is empty, emotionless, right? It's so awkward to have a child, a newborn, not cry and be so emotionless. It's borderline freaking weird. That's what it is. So, that being said, Burgermaster turns to Ostor. Once again, I thank you. If it weren't for your timely intervention, it's possible that the mother wouldn't have survived the birth, and we could have potentially lost both the mother and child. Soulless or not, Krezk is happy to have a son, a new son, join its ranks. Sorry if I didn't say it was a boy. So yeah. So thanks to you again, Ostor. I'll give you guys, all of you, 250 XP so far.
Woo!
250. I love 250. It's a good number. All right. So you guys have solved a murder. Actually,
Well,
the burgomaster turns towards the rest of the party, the search party particularly, and says, have you found the midwife?"
we should
Uh,
speak privately.
yeah, I'd say Talia would whisper to him, "Can we speak privately about this?"
That concerns the burgomaster, so he steps out and he says, "I'll be right back, dear," and he tells that to Anna, as Anna helps the new mother rest and bundles the child, helps her breastfeed, all that stuff. And as the burgomaster steps out with the rest of you, what happened? This is
I,
not like Liana. She would have been here.
The midwife
I think you
is
should see
dead.
something. Yes. I think you should come with us to see. I think you need to see it for yourself.
Oh dear. He does the holy sign of the Morning Lord as you tell him that. And he says, "Very well, show me."
I must warn you, it was not natural. It's quite brutal. So prepare yourself.
"Very well, thank you for telling me, warning me." So you bring him to the to Liana's abode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Uh, all right. So as you guys arrive at the midwife's house, the Dmitry Kreskov's face pales as he steps into the room, his gaze locking onto the lifeless body of Liana, the midwife. He mentions her name repeatedly in shock. A gasp, a shocked gasp escapes him, his hands trembling as he stumbles forward, and his heart sinks with grief. His voice cracks as he whispers the name again and again and again, a torrent of sorrow and disbelief flooding his eyes. And he says, "Can't believe she's gone. She was there when my wife gave birth to all her children."
I am sorry for your loss.
He weeps. Sorrowfully, he extends a thank you, painful thank you. He says, how did this happen? Who would have done such a thing?" He asks.
Ezio will pull out the Morning Star and ask him, "Does this weapon look familiar to you?"
He says, "Yes, it's my ceremonial mace. It was given to me when I was granted the title of Burgomaster of Krezk."
We found it in here under the bed.
You saying somebody stole it and used it to kill Yana?
I have a suspicion of who,
Who?
because all her
Who's
organs have been chewed on. I
shoot?
don't say this lightly, but I have to question if your son did this.
He's taken aback by that response, and you can see a sign of disgust in his face. He said, "My son, Astor. She must be wrong. This is vile, most vile. Such accusations. No, this
I
must be one of these werewolves. We've been. This has to be them."
look at the chewed up
There,
organs, and then I asked him about if he knows about the creatures by the abbey. Or yeah.
He doesn't understand the line of questioning. He's a little confused as if why you're talking about the Abbey in a case like this. But he says, the Abbey, what creatures do you speak of?
Well, when I was delivering the letter, I encountered odd creatures, like they were from different, made from different animals put together. And this kind of makes me think that they could also be chewing on internal organs like this. Maybe.
He says, you must mean the Bellevues.
The Bellevue?
They're the Abbot's servants. They're the Abbot's servants. A lineage disgraced and lost in time. Today they live to serve the Bellevues. It's said that they scream during the day and night when they are served food. They've gone mad. The abbot looks after them now.
Oh.
He's the only one who has shown kindness to them after their fall from grace.
Have they always
No.
been like that?
As long as I can remember, yes. The Bellevue have been disgraced for over 2 centuries.
Whoa, that's quite
It's
the
the abbot
curse.
that's actually it's the abbot that has actually stepped in and saved them.
Well, I didn't say hi, so I'm not quite sure. But if you're certain that they did not do this, then yes, I would also deduce it would be most likely or something.
It can't be a werewolf. There are footprints outside leading away from this cabin. They're definitely not werewolf or even wolf prints.
Yes, but don't you understand? This is what they do. They take their human form, approach their prey,
They would most likely eat the
and
entire
then,
body and leave scratches everywhere. Claw marks and stuff.
well, perhaps someone came to the door and caught them in the act, or distracted them, and they had to flee. There must be some illogical explanation.
The
They
door
would not
wa-
flee. They would probably attack whoever caught them.
Based on what I've seen, she was struck from behind. I don't think she knew there was an attacker here.
Well, here's the thing. The door was locked. So whoever
Yeah, that
locked
too.
the door did it from the inside. So that's interesting, right? As if the door was locked to prevent someone from entering, and so forcing the assailant to find an alternative way into the house, right? So he says, but look, I will admit my son has not been himself since since he was returned to life. But to say that he would have eaten the people of his town is unfathomable. Are you certain?
Unfortunately, I don't really have any other suspects for this. As of now, this is all that makes sense to me.
The werewolves wouldn't have been able to wouldn't have stolen your mace and used it.
Yeah, the mace is very this is a they wouldn't. It's a very peculiar, very specific item, right?
I would assume
Yeah.
your house is well guarded.
Not enough to keep a werewolf at bay, I'll be honest, but I take your point. Anna will be distraught by this. Know that our son. We've pushed to help them. We've pushed to keep him here despite his illness, despite his insanity. And people trusted us. Now to know that that trust was misguided, well,
You couldn't
it's
have
very
known.
concerning.
You couldn't have known that something like this would happen.
No, but I'm the burgomaster. I should have. My son was demonstrating very, very odd and very, well, deranged behavior. I should have seen this coming somehow.
And just to clarify, this behavior started after he was brought back to life, right?
Yes, he has not been inside himself since he came back to life. According to the abbot, we waited too long to bring him back to life. And insanity has crept in, set itself inside my son. The toll on soul was too much. A part of him was changed. A part of him was lost. Perhaps the abbot could make more sense of it. He could explain it better than I. But that's my understanding of it, at least. You've given us, all of you, quite a bit to think about. Thank you, but at the same time, this is difficult. Difficult to reconcile. We will need time. Myself, my wife, and the village.
Of course.
If you're ready, as promised, I will bring you to the burgomaster. I would prefer we do it sooner rather than later. I have to attend to these. I have to attend to this now. It's an important matter. A serious matter, if you don't mind.
I hope he
Yes,
finds
of
the letter.
course.
Yeah,
But
of
we'll get
course.
there.
All right. All right. So the burgomaster then instructs one of his guards, rather, to no, I can't do that. No, the burgomaster is going to come. The murder master, despite the issue at hand, decides to bring you to to accompany you to the abbey. All right, so let's just switch this here. Okay. So you guys all together take to the follow the burgomaster outside of the village.
Yes.
That's everybody. Okay,
Mhm.
perfect.
Mhm.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so the burgomaster is going to basically accompany you all up to. Where's the map? Where is the map? Krezk map. Right. I didn't show you guys this, but this is the village of Krezk, right? So the path to the right at the end, top right of the village, heads towards the Abbey of St. Markovia. Now I'm going to show you the. No, not this. This is the one. Show. Okay. All right. So using this as a point of reference. Okay. Okay, so you guys eventually quickly. I mean, the burgomaster really has a very he has a quick pace. He really wants to hurry things along, and man walks with purpose. And then as you leave the village and start climbing the winding path to the abbey, you notice that the the burgomaster along the way is extremely silent. His steps are like heavy with grief. The cold wind tugging at his cloak as if urging him to turn back, but he presses on forward. Behind him, you guys follow. I'm not sure what's the order, but I don't think it really matters. Sparrow, you're in the air, I suppose. You're not walking.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Are you just
always.
flying behind? Always, yeah. And you're okay. You're not leading this trek up the mountain road.
Nope. But I do tell them about
Okay.
the two creatures at the gate. And
Sounds
the bad
good.
girl.
Okay.
And the different
Of
sounds
course.
that I heard.
Sounds good. Okay, so just you guys know you guys have been warned. As you guys continue up the path, your boots crunch against the frozen dirt. The looming silhouette of the abbey growing ever closer as you move forward, and then you hear a distant bell toll, low and mournful, echoing in the up ahead, and not sure if that's a solemn warning or an invitation, but make what you will of it. And eventually you guys arrive at the section S6 on the map. You guys can still see the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay, so you guys will arrive at S6. I'll describe what you guys see. All right, so the road from the village climbs above the mist to the wide ledge of which the abbey is perched. A light dusting of snow covers the trees and the rocky earth. The gravel road passes between two small stone outbuildings, to either side of which stretches a 5-foot-high, 3-foot-thick wall of jumbled stones held together with mortar. And this is where you guys notice the... I think everybody's got a passive perception of... Yeah, and you both notice two individuals, two humanoid individuals that are standing guard at the gate. These two creatures, as you approach, appear to be heavily deformed, mishmash of various animal parts and skins, mangled together by some unholy or unholy art. They're quite alive. It's not like they're undead, but still quite disconcerting at first. And as you guys approach, they move to greet you. And what do you guys tell them or say? And again, I'm going to show you a picture. It's these two individuals. I'll show you the handouts. It's these two. Okay? That were standing guard.
Poor bastards.
As the burgomaster, whispering, can they speak?
I don't know about these two particularly, but some do, although many don't. But they understand.
Mm.
They would mean you no harm.
How many of these Belleviews are there?
No one knows exactly. The Belleviews have basically been inbreded for over 200 years.
There was a poor bat girl chained to a post inside.
It's possible. I've never made it further than this main gate. This is where I must leave you.
Will you stay
But follow
until
these two creatures.
the abbot comes?
The abbot will not come here.
You won't.
These two creatures will accompany you to the whatchamacallit, the courtyard, where you will be guided and introduced to the abbot.
Hmm.
Then I suppose
So-
we party.
Okay, sounds good. You guys continue on forward. The two creatures turn their backs to you in a sign to follow them.
Well, let's follow.
I guess the abbot got our letter.
Let's go.
Well, the creatures don't seem to have the letter in hand, or
Well, I dropped it in the courtyard, so.
yes, but you guys are not in the courtyard right now. You guys are at S6,
Right.
so
I think the
they don't seem to be
burgomaster
aware about a letter.
was gonna alert them. I'm sure.
But
I
the
think we
creatures seem
just
to
follow
be
the freaky
yeah.
chimeras from here.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the creatures, the wolf-like creature that sounded like a donkey, can't help but notice or look at you, Sparrow. He recognizes you're the creature that was in the air before.
Oh, hello,
You were
friend.
seen.
I mean no harm.
All right. Basically, these two creatures are guiding you towards the path that leads to the towards the east, right, and eventually reaches S10. Okay. If you guys are looking at you guys still see the map?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Just making sure. Okay. Sounds good. All right. So after a while, you guys notice a 15-foot high curtain wall joins the abbey's two wings. Behind its battlements, two guards stand at attention, their features obscured by fog. Below them, set into the wall, is a pair of 10-foot tall wooden doors reinforced with bands of steel. To the right of these doors, mounted on the wall, is a tarnished copper plate. And anybody who has a passive perception check of 10 or higher can notice what's written on the copper plate.
Cool.
It reads as follows. May her light cure all illness.
Nice.
Interesting.
And anybody who has a 12 perception or more of passive perception notices that the guards, if you will, for lack of a better term, that are propped up on the walls are actually seem to be scarecrows.
Oh. Interesting.
And I'm not talking about the evil living ones that try to kill you, just scarecrows.
Just straight
Actual
up
scarecrows.
scarecrows.
Straight up
Alright.
scarecrows. Yeah, they
They
were
may
placed there
become
to
evil
scare,
killy
for sure.
ones.
Maybe, yeah, yeah. This is where you guys destroy them preemptively, just to avoid a future confrontation.
Burn
No,
them.
I don't want to fuck up the Abbey's Abbot's special guards. That's not a good
Okay.
foot to start out on.
Okay. So the doors are open, so you guys can just continue on into the courtyard, into S12. Right, so you guys can see S12 here. And I'll describe what you guys see. S12 is one of the more important ones. So the thick fog that fills the courtyard swirls as if eager to escape. The courtyard is surrounded by a 15-foot high curtain wall on which stand several guards with their backs to you. You guys know that these guards are actually scarecrows by this point. Wooden doors to the north and east lead to the abbey's two wings. In the center of the courtyard is a stone well fitted with an irony winch to which a rope and bucket are attached. Along the perimeter, tucked under the overhanging wall, are several stone sheds with padlocked wooden doors, as well as 3 shallow alcoves that contain wooden frues. 2 wooden posts pounded into the rocky earth have iron rings bolted to them. And chained to one of them is a short humanoid with bat wings and spider mandibles. The quiet is shattered by horrible screams coming from the sheds as you approach.
That's
what do you guys do?
weird.
From where I'm standing, I want to look at whatever I can deduce from those chicken coops.
They're closed, so you can't see. You'll have to open the
Oh.
door to see what's inside.
Never mind.
The two individuals you were following, they point to the ground. One of them does a donkey, makes a donkey sound, and I think the other one does sound did he do?
Cat, maybe.
Yeah, the creature has a gruff voice, and yeah, it speaks in a gruff voice and says, "Just stay." Just simple word. Points to the ground. They both point to the ground, and they head towards the door that seems to lead into the abbey. So as you guys wait, what do you all do?
I look
I'm
at
gonna
the.
listen to the nice chimera.
I look at the area where I dropped the letter. Is it still there?
Nope, you don't see the letter actually. It's been taken.
Neat. Is the Batgirl still scared?
Yes. So just to reiterate what you guys have in the courtyard, right? There's now I'll use the map as a point of reference here, so you guys can see it. So C are these chicken coves that are closed, right? B are how do they call them?
Trough?
They're like all throughs. Like these 3 horse throughs are badly rotted and fall apart if handled or jolted. So it is written here. S12 it says each of these sheds is fitted with an iron padlock. And you'll have to open them in order to see what's inside. That's basically what you guys see at S12C, so at the bottom. And then what else is there in this room? Yeah, there's of course the well that's in the center. And then there's this weird creature that's about 5 feet tall, has wings and mandibles, has more than one, has like 3 red spider eyes on the right side of its face, while the left side appears to be human. And it also has a frog's foot in place of its leg, and a taloned crow's foot where its right foot. Oh no, sorry, this is the wrong one. I'm reading the wrong creature. I'm so sorry. Oh, where is it? There, tethered post. Yeah, there's a creature, female somehow that's tied to this post by a chain. So get better sense of what she looks like. You have to get closer to her, but yeah. So that's basically what there is in here. There's the well, the chain creature to a post, and then there's those chicken, I guess, coops that are closed that are at the bottom. What do you guys do?
I'm just gonna wait for the chimeras to do their thing.
I'm also waiting.
I'm a pet Rufus.
Not exploring?
They told me
Nope.
to stay. I'm gonna stay. I ain't fucking with them.
Same.
Just gonna change the audio. You guys are in the abbey now. So. Bear with me. There we go. Abbey of Markovia. Courtyard. There we go. All right. Sorry, I had the wrong audio up. Perfect. Okay, so you guys wait. And I'd say about a good 10 minutes. Seriously, like a good 10-minute passes. And so if 10 minutes passes, you guys are still do anything changes or not?
No,
No?
just
Sounds good.
Staying.
All right. Door opens. Doors to the abbey open after 10 minutes. The two creatures that you've seen before come forward and signal for you to follow them. What do you guys do?
Let's follow, gang.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Okay.
yeah.
All righty.
I'll hover like 2 feet off
so
the ground
then-
this time.
Cool. Okay. It's close to 2. Do you guys want to stop the game in about 15 minutes?
Sure.
Sure.
Fine with me.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Alrighty. So the two creatures open the door, but otherwise do not follow you inside the abbey. They just open the door for it. Okay?
What about Quincy? Does he have to stay outside?
They don't see Quincy, so it's fine. I presume he's invisible.
Yes.
Sounds good. Okay. All right. So we are in the main hall. Yes, main hall. At the abbey. Okay, so you both enter the abbey. You all enter the abbey, rather.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, one sec. Do I have this audio? I think I
I'll
did
start
delete it.
walking.
One second. Oh, I didn't have it. I didn't do it. What a fail. Oh no, it is there. What the? Yeah, you guys hear the audio a bit more, the music? Okay. Should
Like-
hear it faintly, but it should be a bit louder now. Okay. So gentle sounding music trickles down from above, played on a single stringed instrument by some unseen master. The ground floor is one large 50-foot square room with arched, leaded glass windows. A cauldron sits on an iron rack above a fire and hearth, while above the fireplace mantel hangs a golden disc engraved with the symbol of the sun. In one corner, a wooden staircase climbs to the upper level, while in another corner, a stone staircase descends into darkness. There it is. There's the violin. Again.
Yeah.
And several chairs surround a wooden table that stretches nearly the length of the room. Wooden dishware and gold candelabras are neatly arranged on the table, standing behind which is a young woman with alabaster skin, dressed in a torn and soiled red gown. Her auburn hair is neatly bundled so as to not touch her soft shoulders. She seems lost in her own thoughts. Next to her, not too far, is a handsome young man in a brown monk's robe. He gently takes the woman by her hand. A painted wooden holy symbol that depicts the sun, the symbol of the morning lord, hangs from a chain around his neck. He moves with the grace of a saint. And I will show you the picture of this man. Did I put the picture of? Didn't put the picture of the woman. 1 second. So this is the picture of the man
Oh,
on the brown robes.
hello.
That's the
Hello.
abbot.
How you doing?
All right. And In terms of the picture, I didn't believe. Okay, 1 second. Let me fix this. You guys need to see a picture of this. Picture. Pictures. There she is. In all her glory. Can't believe I didn't put this in the 20. Okay. Blasphemy. Give me a second. I'll just create it for you. Handout. We're gonna all players. Me. It's gonna be Abbey of San Markovia. Krezk. Drop file. Unfortunately, this one was AI generated, but it should be good. There we go. All right. So if you look into your, oh no, I didn't put it there. I will put it there. A sec. NPC handouts. Okay. So you guys go into your named NPC handouts. There'll be this, of course, this handsome man that you just saw, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's also this fine thing.
Is she wearing that? Is she? Huh?
She's wearing, yeah, and she wears
What the
this metal
fuck?
mask that completely covers her face. And it's a red gown.
What
Sorry, it's not a white gown,
Oh,
but it's a
sweet
red
baby
gown.
Jesus.
It's a red,
Huh.
same gown, just red. Just imagine it that way. And so, as the handsome man grabs the hand or gently takes the hand of the woman, the both of them walk towards you, and the man just gently points his hand towards a table with chairs, where you see a couple of goblets and a bottle of wine. He says, "Welcome. I received your letter.
Oh, thank goodness.
Please sit. You are welcome. I am the abbot. Welcome to the Abbey of St. Markovia.
I'm shocked.
And this, he points to the woman, is Vasilka, my greatest creation.
Oh.
He
Creation.
invites you to, invites you to sit at his table."
Creation, he said.
How, this. How do? I guess.
I got my wish.
I don't. How would I feel about
What
this?
was
I
your
don't.
wish?
Does this like? Can I do a vibe check? I guess. Like I don't know.
The
Would this
vibes are
be-
sexy.
Does it seem weird?
Okay,
like, does
cool,
he
I'm
seem
not
weird
alone.
about it? Does it seem? Does he seem like? Is this like he's saying, "Oh, and this is my sister," or is he like a weirdo about like what?
He's a weirdo. He's basically
What?
the
Well,
doctor dad.
Yeah, but like, well, yeah, I get that, but like, how is his behavior? Like, how is he?
He's fucking
Is he
shout
acting like
Tucker but
this is
handsome.
normal?
What the fuck?
Like, is he acting like this is no big deal? Is this just like, oh, this is my creation, or is he like how does he seem? I guess like how is his like demeanor?
Okay, I guess, how would I describe his demeanor? I would say kind of carries himself, I suppose, with like grace, effortless. Let's put it effortless grace.
Okay, so he's
Like,
not like mad scientist. Like he's not acting like a mad scientist, like crazy
Yet.
person. Yet.
Well, like every movement appears to be somewhat deliberate, yet
Okay.
unhurried. It's as
Okay.
if like he doesn't care about time, right? And he's always
Ooh.
calm. His expression remains always calm. He's always
All right.
serene. He has a gentle smile that never quite reaches his blue eyes. Though his voice is warm and inviting, you do feel that there's something maybe unsettling. You're not sure if it's this woman that's obviously strange looking next to him,
Mhm.
uh, but when he looks at you, those piercing eyes, it's as if he pierces into your soul.
Mhm. He is
You're
quite
taken aback.
attractive.
His gaze takes you aback. And that goes for all of you. The word that comes to mind when you pierce into his gaze is otherworldly.
Ugh.
This is not a normal man. Far from it.
Does it feel like he? Do I feel like I'm being charmed, or is it just his natural? Like, does it feel like he's doing that to me, or is it just
Well,
natural?
if he's doing something to you, Sakura, it's pure charisma, man. It's
Just that riz.
yeah.
He's got that riz. Well,
Oh
if I can
yes.
blush as a dragonborn, I'm blushing. I don't know if dragonborns can blush, but I definitely feel like I'm blushing.
Yeah, there's not a lot of artwork that I would say hits 100% the mark, but this one does. Like this is
Yeah,
legit what the abbot. This is
that's a
legit what the
pretty
abbot
man.
looks like.
Hmm.
Yes, he is meant to be pretty charismatic, and then he just basically points back once again. He's calm, no rush. He just points back to the table and says,
Yeah.
"Please sit. Tell me, what
Ugh.
brings you to my doorstep?"
A
My
number of
mind is
things.
completely blank. I don't remember a single thing that's ever happened to me in my whole life. My name,
Is that
who these
your?
people are I'm sitting with, just staring at his face.
Here, I'll do this. I'll leave him on screen. There we go.
Ugh, that is a pretty, pretty man. Um,
He's a very interesting character. Yeah, definitely one of the more interesting characters in the campaign setting. And there's a lot of interesting characters in the setting, but this one is on top, is somewhere up there. Not the top, like he doesn't beat Strahd. Nobody beats Strahd, but he's up there. He's interesting.
interesting.
Yeah,
Abbott,
yeah.
you said Vasilka is your creature?
Creation.
Creation?
Okay.
As I start sitting down. Or, the action
Sure.
of sitting down, and then I ask that question, like nonchalantly, but awkwardly at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, like a blue, like confused type of thing.
Sort of, but I'm not looking at him either.
Oh, of course. Okay. All right. Okay, so the abbot's smile like remains unchanged. He still has that gentle, subtle grin, or well, not grin, but smile, right? But there's a glint of pride in his blue eyes, and he says, "Vasilka is my greatest work." He says so smoothly, folding his hands before him as he sits down at the far end of the table. Vasilka stands by his side to his left. She's a being crafted with care and devotion, a perfect bride, fit to stand beside the infamous Count Strahd Vanzarovich, and to bring peace to this land once and for all.
Are you saying you're offering this woman as his bride?
Yes, that would be accurate.
Oh yeah, he says that.
Well, let's put it this way. He kind of inclines his head slightly. His expression is serene, and he says, "Indeed," with an unwavering tone, might I add. Strahd's suffering stems from loneliness, from his curse, from despair.
Did you
And
know
through
he has 3
Vasilka,
brides already?
2 brides now.
Do you actually say that?
No.
he says, "True, I do know of his 3 brides. Unfortunately, none of them can offer him salvation like Vasilka can."
And how
You s-
does she do that?
by representing wit, exquisite precision, the flame, the greatest flame of his existence, Tatiana.
Wait. Say that one more time?
So basically, what he's trying to say is that Vasilka will give Strahd what he seeks because he intends for her to look exactly like Tatiana Fedorovna, the Tatiana.
Oh boy. Well,
But
everyone
she
needs a
doesn't look
hobby.
anything like her.
We don't know what she looks like. She's wearing a mask.
But
Yeah.
what? As you look at her, every one of you can roll a active wisdom perception check,
Oh goodness.
and we'll kind of maybe end on this note. Let you ponder what the results of that. Okay, I have to shut this guy's. I have to
Do I
remove
get
him for the
I
moment.
get advantage of that roll given my history?
You should probably
No,
get it.
it's not about.
No.
No, it's not about. Well, I could give you some extra info actually. The lost door is like so not
Ooh.
doesn't
All
care
right,
about this.
He's not
perception.
looking at the head. Maybe.
That's for Talia. This
After
is
time.
Ezio.
You know what, Quincy? We'll go ahead and perception.
Quincy's interested too.
Okay. Better than Ozdor.
Uh, okay. All right. So Vasilka is as you guys as he talks about Vasilka, right? You can't. Of course, your attention turns towards her, right? This masked figure. Um, and Vasilka is a bit odd in the sense that she stands unnervingly still, like she has porcelain pale skin, and you kind of notice as you look closer through the moth-eaten gown that she wears that her skin stretches over seams with different bodies, different extremities that have been
Mm.
expertly stitched together. Her delicate hands, mismatched in tone, rest at her side while faint scars trace the contours of her shoulders and her neck, like the careful brushstroke of a painter obsessed with perfection. Though her beauty is, one would say, could argue, is undeniable. Her delicate features, her symmetry in her body. You realize that there is something hollow in her vacant, no, rather her unnervingly still stance, as if she's not actually alive, but she's not undead, but she's something else. And then as you all linger on her, you all notice that the abbot's gaze focuses on Ostor, his
Oh?
blue eyes narrowing in quiet contemplation. And you guys can all roll a wisdom insight check.
Ugh.
Mm.
Okay, yeah, who roll?
Hey.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
he's looking at you, so.
So that 18, Talia, that's you or is that Ezio?
That's Ezio. 22 is Talia.
Okay. So I'm going to say Ezio and Ostor only for this one. So everybody notices that his gaze shifts to Ostor, right? And that he contemplates. He's looking at Ostor deeply. But what Ezio and Talia notice more is that there is no warmth in his stare. Only like calculation, as though he's kind of weighing something unseen, as if he's probing, prodding, tiefling. Something in Ostor interests him, and this is only him. So this is what you guys observe from both the abbot and Vasilka, his Strahd's bride-to-be, I guess. And I'm going to leave you guys with one final little note. Who rolled the highest on the perception check for Vasilka? It was Sparrow with a 19, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Looks like it.
Yes. Sparrow, you notice something that the others may not have noticed, but beneath the metal mask that Vasilka wears, you see a couple of drops of blood that fall down. And if it weren't for the fact that the gown was red, it would stain the moth-eaten gown. And despite the blood dripping down, Vasilka once again remains still, motionless, emotionless, actually. And you find that odd. Why is there blood seeping from her face, if you will, behind the mask?
Oh, it
Just a
doesn't
few
have
drops. Nothing major, just a few drops.
one.
But you notice that. It is peculiar to you. So, with that being said, you guys all get 200 XP for today's game, each of you, and I guess we will end it here for today.
Do I know what my roll did?
Your roll for what, sorry? Did I miss
The
it?
insight.
Well, it's what I gave the party the description, like he's probing you.
Oh, I
Right.
think you said Talia and Ezio.
You did.
Oh,
Yeah, he
I
did.
did say that. I'm sorry. You
You've
rolled a
been mixing
22,
this up
right?
tonight.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
It's Talia and
Criticizing.
Ostor.
It's
Talia and
weird.
no,
It's uncanny.
it's Ezio. It's Ezio and Ostor actually, because Talia. I was Ezio's roll on the 18.
Yeah, Talia rolled 22 though.
Oh,
So it'd
Talia
be
rolled
the three of
22.
them.
So Talia, yeah, the three of them. So the three of them notice what I said. Yeah. So all three of you notice, and Ostor himself notices that he's being, as if he's trying to probe Ostor for something.
That's the wrong kind of probing.
Yeah. And we'll stop there and continue the conversation next game.
All right. This dude's straight up a Batman villain. This thing is straight up Dollmaker, Professor Pig, whichever one you prefer. It's the same fucking
Okay.
shit.
He's definitely one of the cooler characters in the game. I would put it that way. So yeah. There's a lot of unpack here, right? So he would know about Tatiana. That's one thing. He knows about Strahd and Tatiana. He knows about the importance of Tatiana. Otherwise, he wouldn't have focused on Tatiana at all. Right? He's focusing on Tatiana. He's not focusing on Irina. FYI. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yeah, and you guys still haven't told him why you're here. Sparrow's kind of pointing to that's part of the conversation. So just be mindful. What do you want to tell the Baron? Ask the Baron. But all you guys know is that he seems to know about Strahd's relationship with Tatiana. He knows it seems to be someone at least have some knowledge about the importance of Tatiana to Strahd in Strahd's eyes, and therefore that she's important enough to create a bride for him, one that he feels needs to resemble Tatiana as much as possible. So, um, just keep all these things in mind when you guys play next week. So, yeah. Did you guys like Krezk so far?
Yep.
Yeah.
Tour.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Perfect. So we'll most likely play next game next week. I mean next Saturday. I'll let you guys know if things change, but I think we should be good. Um, but then again, with your new president, who knows? Yeah. So that being said, thanks a lot for playing and being here, and yeah, hope you guys have a good week, and we'll catch up next Saturday.
Alrighty.
Bye.
All righty, man.
Good
You guys
night.
take
Good
care.
night,
Have a great
everybody.
night.
Alrighty. Well, that was an interesting session of eerie, creepy things. Not crawly things, but creepy. Curse of Strahd in general, creepy stuff. Hmm. Let's see. But to answer you, Lotus, no, he's too snotty, I guess. Like he is oozing. What is the word? Uh, Narcissism, I guess. Let me see. Who can we raid? Do you have anybody I can raid? Now to web fishing, indeed. Yes, narcissistic. Well, if I'm going to stream web fishing, I'm gonna have to stop this one. That way, it'll be a different video for the web fishing. Or raid. Either way. And then I'll just play web fishing offline. Dude, we got this big inspection coming up for command this week, so. Oh, he said he was gonna take a nap, and then I was like, "Do you want me to see if you're awake when we're done?" And he's like, "I'm not gonna stop you." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, either way, I'm not sure what we're gonna be doing if he is awake or not. Probably web fishing or something. He kind of injured his hand, so he can't really play intense two-handed games. So that's a thing. Let's see if he's awake. Maybe I can play or stream web fishing, and then we can all hear him talk about how he injured his hand. I want to say he's still asleep. But yeah. Oh. I want food, but I'm afraid to eat anything else because it makes me sick. You're still feeling the flu, then? Mm. Mm. Space Marine 2. Rivals. Spider-Man. Final Fantasy Tactics. Kinda. It's only if I eat anything other than the soup right now. So I'm glad I said it. So, since you were sick, it makes sense that that's why you need soup because you're dehydrated and all that. So, probably just keep eating bland foods or soup, and you'll be feeling better soon enough. And a lot of electrolyte drinks like Gatorade or something. Or one of those things that you put in your water. The hydration thingies. Yeah, I guess we could go to Final Fantasy Tactics. Fox Assassin is playing that. Brat? What brat? Is Brat a person you want me to raid? Bananas, rice, applesauce, toast. Oh. Yeah, that. Bland food. Maybe not so much. Oh, wait. Yeah, if you don't put butter on your toast, then you're fine. I would also add, saltine crackers. That helps. Saltine crackers with your soup. Yeah. You know what? Let me just end this one, and then I'll just restart with web fishing. Let me change the things. Fishing time. Let's see. Oatmeal, ote. I posted in fishing. Did you see? The one where you were fishing in real life. I think I saw that. Fish. Shing. Yeah. Look at you with your fancy, what is it, pontoon or whatnot? Or boat thing. Okay. Let me boot up web fishing. And boot up my K-pop playlist. Ooh. It's your uncle's pass. Oh, nice. Okay, hold on. I shall return. In a second. Keeps me shouting out spacey. What? I'm confused now. The bot keeps shouting out space. Really? I don't see that. The last thing the bot did was the Canines for Warriors incentives, that thing. Oh, that's weird.